And so it does, Dr. J. It begins. Chino Trinidad and Dr. J for this one. Andy Howe. And this is a race to 50 spread for 2 days. Yang Chin-Shun and Dennis Orcollo of the Philippines lagging for the first to break in a marathon of a match. Dr. J.
Yeah, definitely it should be, and it promises to be a good one. It's actually 10 ball that we are playing here, so the object is to be able to pocket the 10 ball at the very end of each rack. And Dennis Orcollo won the lag. The total prize money here is $15,000, and $10,000 will go, US dollars will go to the winner, while the loser will get $5,000. So definitely something in the pocket for you, whether you win or you lose, but double your money if you win. And also the title that you won this competition on a one-on-one. It's called Face Off.
Yes, Face Off. And this is like a sort of revenge for a Dennis Orcollo who earlier this year lost out to the same guy, Yang Chin-Shun, in another one-on-one duel. So this one, he has revenge all over him. This is Dennis Orcollo breaking. He gets first break. Again, this is a race to 50. And it will take us all night.
Well, it's broken over 2 days, but really depends, unless somebody just completely dominates the game. A 3 ball went in, and just very slight opening here to be able to see the 1 ball. The 10 ball is still there in the middle of the table, blocking that path of the cue ball.
Of course, coming off a 9-ball conquest of Francisco Django Bustamante and Efren Batareas last Sunday, this is an entirely different game, Dr. J.
Yeah.
You may say it's a 1 ball up, but it's entirely different.
It's entirely different, and also there is what you call this. This is not a team game. This is a singles match. Dennis Orcollo called off a push there, and he pushed the cue ball. That is allowed after the break. Yang can either shoot the 1 here or return it to Dennis. Those are the rules as far as the push-off is concerned. So Yang comes up with a safety here, but not well. If it hides behind the 6 and the 9, is okay, which he's able to do.
Using the 6 and the 9 as the blocking balls, Yang Chin-Shun goes on a defensive against Dennis Orcollo. Again, you see the number 5 and 0. The first guy to reach 50.
Is reach 50. Actually, there have been matches like this in the past. I remember we had our very own Efren Batareas, I think, playing Strickland.
In Hong Kong.
In Hong Kong, yes.
That was
maybe almost 10, 15
years ago.
More than 10 years ago. And that was also...
that's 15 years ago. That will make us a lot older.
We were so much younger at that time. Chino was just a teenager. That's going to be a foul. So Yang gets ball in hand and goes to the table with the ball in hand. Great opportunity here for Yang to run off. Usually when you give professional players with this kind of ability ball in hand and the balls are sort of scattered on the table, it's almost a give me that they will probably run off the table. No? But you can see Yang still contemplating some of the positions of the other ball. The 3 ball actually fell, so after the 2 ball they'll pick off the pink, the number 4 ball.
Which is right on it. You could see that
it is not
straight up.
Yeah.
He gets an angle so he can prepare for the next shot, which is the 5.
Yeah.
In Tagalog, we call that corrida.
Yeah, he'll just let the cue ball follow, and he's still got good position because he did give himself an angle. And that 5 ball, Chino, will pass the 8 ball to the corner pocket. Then he has maybe a 6 and 9 combination to the side pocket. If this was a 9 ball, it would have been game over.
That's 49 games less. I mean, 49 games to go.
Well, the problem here for Yang is he can easily make the 9 ball, but he has to make sure that the 6 ball doesn't travel too far because you still want to have a shot on the 6 ball.
He has to get excellent control on the 6 as he hits the 9 with that 6.
We have a 40-second shot clock here and an extension of 1 per person per rack of 30 seconds. Now this is good. He's able to keep the 6 ball there, and good position to get the 6 ball also in the side pocket.
Because on the line, Dr. J, is the reputation of being the respective country's best money game players. Yang Chin-Shun is undisputedly the best money player in Taipei, and Dennis Orcollo nowadays, I don't see anyone just stepping up to the plate and accepting his challenge to play money games anymore.
Well, and Dennis Orcollo, I think is ranked number one in the Philippines. So he's probably the best and most consistent player when tournaments are being held here or abroad. So Yang poised to take a 1-0 lead here against Dennis.
And he is 49 frames away
from winning the championship.
This is just the first, Dr. J.
Yeah, plenty of time, and took he had to clean out the table. There was no easy shot on the 10. We hope to be able to see some golden breaks here. That means when you break it, 10 goes down, and it has to be hit before it goes down. That's going to make it a legal shot, no?
Yeah, they lifted, Dr. J, what you call the strict rules of 10 ball for this one.
Yeah.
So luck can play a major role in this race to 50 match between Yang Chin-Shun and Dennis Orcollo. Of course, we are on a winner's break. As you see, the first rack owned by Yang Chin-Shun. This is strange, Dr. J. I don't see players breaking in the middle, mostly on the sides, mostly on the wings.
Yeah, well, that really depends because you want to be able to control the cue ball. No? In this case, it's a dry break. So Dennis comes back to the table. Yang was able to keep the ball in the middle, but then it was kicked to the side, near the side pocket. And not an easy shot here, Chino, for Dennis Orcollo. He might elect to play a little safety here because there are so many balls on the table. This 10 ball, you can easily hide the cue ball behind the 9 ball there, and make the 1 ball run away. So, and he's using the 6 to block it off. I think a little bit too hard. This is a very new table that they're using here at Club Capo. A very nice place to go to if you ever come to Quezon City here in Metro Manila.
Yes, it's on Tomas Morato.
One of the most famous streets actually for restaurants and nightlife and things like that. You can have pizza here, Western food, Chinese food, Japanese food, you name it, we have it here.
I'm hungry already, Dr. J.
Yeah, okay. We'll talk to Perry Mariano later on, the owner of Club Capo, and see what he can do. By the way, he's also the business manager of Dennis Orcollo. No? A bank shot on the side pocket did not work for Yang.
But I think he is hoping that he had a two-way shot, Dr. J.
Which is what happened here. There is a safety, at the same time the possibility that it could have gone in.
So double shot, which Yang Chin-Shun used the pink ball, the 4 ball as a blocking ball. It is that shot, hoping to make this off a back single rail. Unfortunately,
he didn't
too
go
much on it.
Yeah. And you see, he actually had position on the 2. You can see the 2, the blue ball. If the 1 ball had gone in, he could still have a good shot on the 2.
Which is makeable from that angle.
Correct. So good intention on the part of Yang. Almost a good attempt there by Dennis. The same thing happened for Dennis.
Doesn't really two-way shot.
Yeah, but this one Yang can see it, so he can still play a very good safety now because he can see almost the full ball here. Nice safety played here by Yang Chino. He was able to sort of lock the cue ball with the 2, taking away any direct shot here at the 1 ball for Dennis Orcollo. Dennis will probably have to go through the rail with the bank. It's a good shot too.
It's a single rail escape by Dennis Orcollo, and I think he just hit the ball behind the 10. There you go. This is hittable, Dr. J, but to be able to pocket this is nearly impossible.
Yeah. This is easy for Yang. He can use the rail, right-hand English to hit the ball, and that ball will slow down. You hit it a little English on the left, and you can use the rail, and that cue ball will come back a little bit here behind the 2 and the 10. That's what he wanted to do. So we have a safety battle going on right now. Both players not really wanting to play aggressive.
You would think that in a race to 50, both players would at least gamble, but you could see the discipline, Dr. J, in these two players. No one wanting to just throw the table away and give one frame for free.
Yeah, especially on the part of Dennis, because he's already down 1-0. You go down 2-0, you still winner break ito. Winner break, so it's very difficult to give that position to Yang. Now, Yang here has a shot of a combination 1-8 side pocket. If he can make it, he can still get good position on the 1 here. Taking a look a little bit here, but you can see it's not a very difficult combination shot.
But again, the problem, Dr. J, as he hit the 6 and 9 earlier in the first rack, is how do you maintain control
Of the 1.
of the cue and the 1.
Yeah.
The shots are hittable, easy to make, even with your eyes closed. But the problem is the preparation on the next shot, which is what Yang is working on.
Well, if you have watched a lot of billiard tournaments, you know that the reason why players miss some easy shots is because of the preparation. Sometimes if you just talk about pocketing a ball, really not a problem for professional players. The shot clock is winding down now, so he has to hit it. And he's got very good position on the 1. That was a terrific shot. He was able to ram it off the 10 ball, and he's got the same pocket for the 1 ball where corner pocket, no, the right bottom corner pocket.
Yes, using the 10 to break the momentum of that 1 ball and get an excellent angle on his next shot, which is this one to the corner pocket.
Ooh.
But this one,
Yeah, I could see it. When he released it, it was a
he
miss.
knew it was gonna miss.
Yeah, he did hit it squarely. I think he was a little bit careless, you could see on that shot.
So threw away an excellent shot from that 1 to the 8, and then the preparation in here.
There was really no chance for this shot to go in. Dennis with the jump stick here. This is one of his best shots, actually, to Dennis.
A favorite of his, yes.
You can see how good he is. He's even
Yes. The control,
Yeah.
the draw on that jump shot.
in perfect position on the 2 ball, no?
Oh, you were kidding him earlier. He had a haircut.
Yeah.
Sort of in Tagalog, we call it pahiyang.
Yeah, you know, Dennis looking for some luck here. He did not have. They reached the semifinals of the World Cup of Pool just recently held in Manila, in Quezon City, but they were beaten by the German team, 2 world champions, and they lost the opportunity together with the stablemate, Ronnie Alcano.
Yeah,
Yes.
they faced the German pair of Torsten Homan and Ratsuke in the semifinals. Lost out in that one. And has revenge all over his face right now, Dr. J.
Well, you know, when you're a player of his caliber, Chino, you always want to win championships. And if you lose one, you have to take it because that's the game. In sports, there are always winners and losers. But you also want to be able to make a comeback and as quickly as possible. So this affords him that opportunity. So he's in good position now, except the 7. It's a little bit difficult because it's frozen by the rail. At the same time, it's very near the side pocket. So he might have to do some adjustments when he goes from 6 to 7. I really do not like to hit shots where they're close by the side pocket because you have to deal with the edges of the side pocket. But he's looking at here. This is where I'd like to put the ball. Some players may even want to break this, but he's not in real good position right now with his angle on the 6 to break the 7 and kick it away from the rail. But we don't know. He's a high caliber type of player. Well, he just gets there. It has to come off a little bit. You don't want it to be straight.
That's perfect angle, Dr. J, for that 7. So solving that problem of the 7 ball. 3 balls to go. for his first frame, or first track in this race to 50. Dennis Orcollo 2 balls away from making his first, winning his first track in this race to 50 against Yang Chin-Shun of Chinese Taipei.
You know, because it's such a long race, you can see that the players are still very relaxed at this point. And there's not too much pressure. Yang missed that one, and ordinarily, if it was a race to 7, race to 8, you hit yourself on the head. Because that was an easy shot he missed on the 1.
And Dennis Orcollo knocks in the 10 and wins his first track in this race to 50. Club Capo.tv. Dennis Orcollo to break as he won the last rack, tying this one early, 1 apiece.
Dry break again here for Dennis Orcollo. Oh no, 3 is going to, oh, I thought it was going to go into the side pocket, but it turned out to be a dry break. Well, this is also a new table, and they've had no opportunities to really practice on it. So, you know, you still don't see the things that you want to do here in order to be successful with your breaks. No? But eventually they'll get the feel of it, what part of the table they should break for.
Especially when you get those
rails,
the
not the tunnels that you go to the hole. Yang has a decent shot here on the 1. You can see that it's makeable. And
look at control, Dr. J. Talk of control. This is excellent control shown by Yang Chin-Shun.
yeah,
Following up with this excellent preparation to the 2. And then the 3 is open. Dr. J, looking at the table, I don't see any problem for Yang Chin-Shun on this one, unless he commits another mistake like he did in the last track.
well, he missed the 1. Actually, the 4, you have to have good position because after hitting the 3, maybe you want to take the 4 in the left corner pocket, bottom. So he hit that 2 with a little force here. Now he's a little bit straight here on the 3. He can come up with a preparation. Well, he can put a stop ball and hit it from there, but that's not going to be an easy shot, that kind of a cut. The other thing is, that's number 1. He's looking at it. If I put it here, then I have to cut this. It's missable. Or you can make a 2-rail preparation here, Chino, where you get the ball in between the 7 and the 8. That would be perfect. If you can get between 7 and 8. But he puts it there, and he just puts enough angle, and he'll take his chances with this cut. But it moved a little bit, so he was worried that the 9 may have come into the picture.
As a rule, Dr. J, one thing I've learned is the less movement of the cue ball, the better you are.
Of course.
In any rack, right?
Especially if there are still a lot of balls. See, he moved this too much. That's why.
That's the problem now, because the 9 is slightly blocking the clear shot to the 4. Maybe another problem, Dr. J, when you have a new table and a new felt being used.
So, you know, sometimes you don't control the movement of the cue ball as well as you would want to. He's going to have to jack up here a little bit, like a little masse here, and get around that 9 to make sure it doesn't hit the 9, so there's no foul. He made it. That's a great shot, but he did not get good position on the 5 because he hit the 7.
But excellent adjustment, Dr. J, made by Yang Chin-Shun to be able to save that 4.
I don't think he's going to go for the bank here. There are a lot of safety shots here. The 7, you can hide the cue ball using the 7 and the 8 and the 9 to be blockers. And that's exactly what he does. Then he gives Dennis the chance to use the jump stick.
Which is his favorite, huh?
Although this is a little bit farther away from the hole, no? Not as easy.
It's like a 3-point shot, Dr. J.
We play basketball also, which is actually Chinese Taipei also.
They've got a mean team.
Yeah, they got actually a lot of good players there because of the Jones Cup, which is held there annually. And the Philippines is well known for its basketball prowess. It's being a basket. Actually, the 3 top sports here are basketball, boxing, and billiards. Yeah, those 3. And Chino does them all.
Not as good as you, Dr.
No,
J.
I don't do boxing. I just watch boxing. I love to watch you do boxing.
Dr. J is more of a lover than a fighter. Eh?
Let's take a look at this jump shot, see how successful Dennis can be here. Oh, he's just
Dr.
really
J.
good. Huh?
That's a shot.
Yeah.
That's a mean jump shot. Taking it from a distance. And look at the preparation, Dr. J.
Yeah, he's
Enough to make the 6 on the side pocket.
Yeah, very, very. Now he has a very good chance to run out rack number 3.
And another look at that jump shot. Over the 7 into the 5. And look at the control, Dr. J, from a jump.
I mean, he's really been able to do a good job with this jump shot. And I don't think Yang is going to give him a lot more jump shots later on the safety. You better lock it up. Because if not, you're going to lose to Dennis.
Dennis Orcollo actually is leaving after tomorrow. Going straight to the U.S. for another U.S. circuit for him. Actually, 2 his older brothers, the Manos, Efren and John
Bustamante already are there. Yeah, but Dennis is now a popular figure in American billiards and usually gets a lot of invitations to join competition because obviously you want the stars to come in to be able to attract the public. And Dennis has proven himself to be a very, very good competitor.
He actually won the last Predator 10-ball World Championships in Las Vegas.
You should invite me. I'll go with him.
Okay. I carry his cute stick. No problem. And Yang Chin-Shun only has that shot where he hit the 5
ball
using the 7.
Yeah.
And Dennis Orcollo using a jump shot to take this one and take a lead 2-1 in this race to 50 match between Dennis Orcollo and Yang Chin-Shun, called face off.
Well, this is a magical shot again. This is the shot that won him this round. And if you lose that way, then you have to accept it because the guy just made a very good shot.
And Dennis Orcollo nailing the 10 and taking an early lead in this winner's break race to 50.
Well, after winning the first rack, then Yang Chin-Shun has sat on that bench for a while, except for the previous rack where he had good opportunities, but he just did not get good position on the 5. Then he's now breaking again here. I think adjusting a little bit his break because he did not get any ball.
He had a dry break. The previous rack was a dry break for Dennis Orcollo. So picking another spot on the right wing. Almost the 4.
Another dry break here. So far the players have not been able to really get anything from their break.
Let's look at that dry break by Dennis Orcollo. So his last 2 chances at the break have come up dry.
Yang is probably going to play a push here. Down, the shot clock is winding down, so he's playing a push. Oh, that might not be good enough, and that might give Dennis a chance to cut this to the side pocket. He's looking at it. And there's also a chance for a kiss,
of
of
the
the
three.
3. You know, that possibility is there. If you can see a good part of the 1. But if you can see a good part of the right side of the 1, you have the chance of making this one in the side pocket. Well, he did not kiss enough, but he was able to, well, it's going to be open now for Yang Chin-Shun. A little bit more, that ball would have been behind the 9 ball and would have been perfectly stymied. But now Yang gets a good opportunity here.
Orcollo overcutting that last shot. That is why it drifted too far, Dr. J, from what the intended shot, which was kissing off the 3 to make it to the side pocket. And now Yang has an open shot to the 1.
This is a very difficult table because that 3 is still by the side pocket. And you really cannot cut it to the side. No? So you may have to do something about that. And he misses the 1 again. Yang coming up with a lot of errors. Might be still, feeling the effects. Because the Chinese team led by Yang was defeated also in the recent World Cup of Pool. And they never even make the semifinals. No? He misses this one. This is a pretty easy shot for top players. You don't miss this kind of shots. Like I said, that 3 is still a big problem for the 2 players. You want to be able to break that. Okay, he puts himself in a position. You cut the 2 to the corner and you can use the cue ball to break the 3. Maybe not enough, but you can probably do something about this. Dennis knows he has to get that 3 out of that position.
Is that 3 frozen, Dr. J?
Not exactly, but there is really no shot to the side.
So thinking of breaking it, which he does, Dr. J.
Well, I expected that. Now the table becomes much easier because of that. So that was a great shot.
To solve the problem ball,
Yeah.
which was the 3.
This guy would have done well in math school. Yeah,
Math school?
yeah, geometry, trigonometry, and everything. Because all of those angles, and he would have probably done well in school.
Which billiards is all about, or
Yeah.
pool is all about. It's a game of angles, precision.
So right now, this seems to be an easy rack for him as long as he can get. Yeah, he's okay here again. Dennis is a very careful type of player, if you notice. That's why he's competitive, and a lot of people do not want to have to play him, even those top champions in the United States. You play Dennis, you know you have a great chance of losing. As a matter of fact, if he has his confidence at the high level, you'll
He's
always be
unbeatable,
you will always be an underdog against him.
Nearly unbeatable. Even the top caliber players are trying to avoid facing Dennis in money games.
That's a great position. Our last 4 balls for Dennis here to take a 3-1 lead here.
He is on a back-to-back win, so this will be the first streak, Dr. J.
If he
3
can
wins
get
in a
this
row.
up, yeah.
If it nails the 10 ball, he has 2 more to work with.
Oh, that's good preparation. That's the easy. I can make that.
You teach me, huh, Dr.
Yeah,
J?
I can make that. I can make that.
And that's the first streak of this match as Dennis Orcollo storms to a 3-1 lead against Yang Chin-Shun. Nice poster, huh? Like RoboCop, Dr. J.
Exactly
Which is
what
his moniker.
That's what his moniker. Well, the other one, they call him the son of pool. And this was the reason why he won this round. Hitting the 2, breaking the 3, getting good position on the 3, and finishing all the remaining balls.
Where is Dennis Orcollo? One of the top players of the country. Feared not only by his opponents from outside of the Philippines, but more so those his compatriots actually.
Yeah, in the
Dr. J.
Philippines. Yeah, you know. I mean, actually, these 2 are almost the same in size, but Dennis is a little bit stockier. Dennis would probably be about what? Junior welterweight.
No. Too small for a junior welterweight. He'll be a good featherweight. Dr. J.
Okay, featherweight. But Yang is even smaller.
Yes, Yang is like bantamweight.
Bantamweight. Okay, that would be one of my favorite boxers in the old was Wilfredo Gomez.
Wilfredo Gomez, of course.
Was a bantamweight.
Wilfredo Gomez. The three, after 2 dry breaks, Dr. J.
He got some balls to fall. However, he lost control of the ball and he has no shot on the 2. So he's calling for a push here, telling the referee here that he's calling for a push. Balls are scattered. Yeah. So he might push back, make it a longer shot for Yang, or he might push to the other side, where there's the 10 blocking the 2. No? You can see that if you try to look at the hole here in the left bottom pocket, the 10 is blocking the 2. But you can see the 2 here. So he'll give it back. Yang Chin-Shun gives it back to Dennis. You made the problem, you solved it. Dennis has been a great teacher so far in this match. After losing the first rack, he's strung up 3 victories in a row. And he can see a little of this 2 ball. You can see a part of this 2 ball. Oh, he almost made it too.
Now leaves a shot to the 2. Dennis Orcollo is disappointed with that last miss of his. It was a long cut, Dr. J.
Yeah, not easy.
This was makeable, but because of that 10 that was blocking a straight path to that pocket, then that created some sort of a problem, leading to this miss by Dennis Orcollo on that shot to the 2.
Yeah, he made some adjustments, but it was not enough. Yang has been very erratic here in this, after winning the first rack. He's been erratic with a lot of misses in the succeeding rack. So he's got to make up for lost time right now. He's got to come back here in this match.
Yes, after winning the first rack, Dennis Orcollo stormed back and took the next 3. And this one, since it's an open table, after the break, Dennis Orcollo made the 1 and the 3, missed the 2, and now this is an open table handed over to Yang Chin-Shun by Dennis Orcollo.
Wide open table now here for Yang. Again, we're here in Club Capo in Tomas Morato. So you want to come over, Perry Mariano, take care of it.
Oh, will he? Okay.
Yeah.
I will sign Perry Mariano, huh?
No.
Sign chip?
He's a very nice. He's been an old friend. I've known him for more than 30 years.
Classmates?
Yeah, we used to play each other. He never beat me. He never beat me. You ask him.
Oh, Perry, hindi mo daw siya tinatalo. Ha? May partida.
We always had a lot of fun. You know. We're a little bit older now, but we still enjoy this game as much as these players do. So Yang here, poised to cut down that lead of Dennis to only 1. Nice cut to the 9 here.
Taking advantage of that miscue by Dennis Orcollo on a shot to the 2. Yang Chin-Shun runs out and takes rack number 5. And it is a 3-2 lead for Dennis Orcollo in this race to 50 at Club Capo. Lost control of the cue ball. Actually, he almost fouled Dr. J.
Yeah,
that
would have been disastrous for him. He's fortunate that he did not foul there. He really hit it with a lot of force. You can see that a lot of balls moves in that last break of Yang Chin-Shun. Dennis Orcollo coming up with not a very good position here. Yang had a pretty nice break from the middle of the table. You could see he put a lot more, gave it a little bit more of a body English. Dennis looking for 1-6 combination side pocket here. Didn't hit square, but was able to use the kiss ball. Not real good position on the two, but at least you're hitting, so that obviously is an advantage if you're hitting. Actually, you can cut this to the left top corner pocket, and you will easily get the ball to the 3 ball. But you have to make it.
And hope that he doesn't bump into one of those balls as he tries to negotiate on the shot to the 2.
He plays the safety. Tries to lock it up behind the 5. So you can say pretty good decision. You're ahead. It's still early in the match. Try to find out what your opponent can do with jump shots or kick shots off the rail. It's going to be a kick, I think, from the long rail here. Try to negotiate it in between the 4 and the 7. Hits it well. Almost gets the 8 to go down. That's what we call that's allowed here. You don't have to call the shot. And then he has a very nice shot here at the 2 corner pocket.
Which is different from the usual rules that we apply, yes. Wherein you call your shots and you cannot make the 10 off the break. But now, if it hits the rail or if it's hit by a ball, then they will count it.
Yeah, if it goes in, they will count it. Correct.
So we can have what we call a golden break. I don't.
So far, we have not seen any because even pocketing some balls have been difficult for both players.
This table has been difficult, yes, for both.
This is not an easy table because you have the 3 covered by the 9 there, so you might play the combination 3-9. Again, you want to be able to leave the 3 there as much as possible, very close to the hole to make it easier for you. If both of them go in and he keeps the cue ball there, it's okay for Dennis because he has position on the 4. Even if both of these balls go in right now, if the 3 and the 9 go in. But he...
Excellent. Good yeah. Dr. J. Huh?
Perfect.
Of the shot, the 3 to the 9 combination.
You know, if you look at this kind of players, that ball hitting the 10, they really intended that to happen.
That was not an accident.
That was not an accident. They did that on purpose to keep that position.
Using the 10 as a breaking ball and at the same time pushing it further, Dr. J, towards that left bottom corner.
So now it looks pretty easy here for Dennis Orcollo. Balls are really spread apart. And a couple of them are very close to the hole. Only the 7 has some distance to the hole actually. Here he can choose, but I think he would like, he can take the 7 in the side pocket if he wants, and it will be easier to get from the 7 to the 8. But he also wants to go to the corner pocket because now he can draw this back to the 8, and there is more space on the right side of the table. Well, that's going to follow. He's just going to follow the cue ball. Come down to the right side of the table. So last 2 balls here to pick up. Win number 4 here for Dennis Robocop Orcollo from Surigao.
Surigao, yes. Batang Surigao originally, but called Robocop. Why Robocop? Because of his style?
Yeah, you know, you look at him, look at his muscles, you know, he's not too tall, but very solidly built. Yeah, stocky, solidly
good for the
built.
boxer, Dr. J.
Yeah.
Might be a good career. But
maybe this guy 145, 150 pounds.
Yeah. During the off-season.
Well, he's a guy who keeps himself in good shape. We have to give him that because he realizes that playing billiards is a means of livelihood. And, you know, if you do not take care of yourself, you're not going to last long in this business.
Especially when you have matches as long as this one, you need the staying power, which only a healthy or well-conditioned athlete can achieve.
Yes. So 4-2 here in favor of Dennis Orcollo. This is a race to 50. We're playing 10 ball here, so object is to hit and make the 10 ball go down for every rack. No? Dennis will break. He had success in the last break with 2 balls going down, but could not really control the cue ball. Really much more, it's a different game, the 9 ball and the 10 ball. The additional ball really makes it different. The
Especially off the break,
yeah, the formation of the 10 balls as they are racked already is different.
You go to a triangle compared to a 9 ball where you have a diamond.
Oh.
Almost a foul, Dr. J.
But he was lucky. That ball went almost straight to the corner pocket.
See, almost the same spot where Yang left the ball off the break earlier.
Correct. They're really having problems pocketing off the break here so far.
There is, of course, Dennis Orcollo watching his opponent, Yang Chin-Shun of Chinese Taipei. Down 2-4 in this race to 50.
What a beautiful
Excellent
shot.
touch again shown by Yang Chin-Shun.
And he has a shot on the 2. The only problem here is how to get to the 3. If he tries to draw this back because of that angle, he's going to hit the 5. So that's what he's studying right now.
You mentioned something, Dr. J, about Dennis Orcollo earlier being a calculated and someone who doesn't waste any movement. What about Yang Chin-Shun? They're almost of the same type, Dr. J.
Yeah, Yang is also a guy that's very patient on the. When he sees there are easy balls, you will not see him hesitate.
Rushing,
He'll just go. This one he has to avoid the 5. That's why he hit it this way. So instead of making the cue ball travel around a lot, he'll just have to cut the 3 to the left top corner pocket.
He was hoping for more English on that shot, Dr. J. But somehow, that never came. So he is a bit short on his preparation on the 3. Making another adjustment is Yang Chin-Shun. Down 2-4 against Dennis Orcollo. In this first session of actually for this day, we will be on a race to 25.
Yeah.
The race to 50 is spread over 2 days.
Yeah.
So we'll go 1 to 25 tonight, and then tomorrow we resume. And with the winner, of course, emerging at the end of that session.
A lot of things to ponder here because you're going to take a hard shot to the corner, and you still want to be able to maintain position for the 4. You also know that if you miss this, you're going to be in big trouble. Dennis has really been pumping the balls well here. So you want to make sure that you make this. And he makes it. Now he's going to come back here hard off that for the 4. Not enough. But you can still hit this on a kiss ball to the 6, I think. If you hit it a little to the left, you can kiss it off the 6 for the side pocket.
Yeah, it looks like that 6 will pass the 5. If he goes for...
There are 2 shots here, double here. You can play combination 4-6, or you can kiss 4 off the 6 to the side. But that might be, I think, just combination. And perfect, huh? Beautiful shot there by Yang Chin-Shun.
He gets his preparation to the 4. Next shot will be the orange ball, the 5.
Yang is also in the mold of a guy like Efren and Django. He likes to move the ball around if he feels very confident already with his shot. He's not scared to use the rails to get a preparation.
Just like in that last shot to the 4,
Yeah.
he used a single rail and then used an English to be able to take another shot to the 5. So excellent adjustment of a shot to the 3 earlier by Yang Chin-Shun, leading him to this shot to the 8, and eventually an opportunity to move in closer to the 2 rack lead enjoyed by Dennis Orcollo.
You can really say that these 2 are almost evenly matched. And the winner will eventually be who gets the better breaks in the end.
separate spot, not middle. I used to break this way, Dr. J, when you play rotation.
Yeah, I like to break a little on the with my hands on the wood because it gives me a lot more
Leverage,
power. Yeah. So there's a ball that went in. Actually, 2 balls went in, and he has good position on the 1. So Yang gaining some momentum here after falling behind 3-1.
Bumped into Dennis, Dr. J, bumped into Dennis Orcollo during the break, and he said, this is not going to be an easy match.
Definitely.
He is expecting a prolonged fight because this guy is one of the most calculating players he has ever faced.
And you know, I think it really benefits. He's going to use the left hand here because he's ambidextrous. Yang is as comfortable using with his left hand as well as his right. Now, will he get position? Yes, he gets past the tender. You know, I think that players of this size, plus their body, the way their bodies are formed, they are the ones that can play marathon matches. You know, it'll be harder for the older players to play marathon matches as well as if you're very heavy. Imagine that you have to play so many matches before you can win actually a tournament. It'll be very difficult.
Built for the long run, Dr. J.
Yeah.
I like the economy of moves, Dr. J, with regards to Yang Chin-Shun. I mean, not too many ways to do it, but I don't like the way that ball is moving, Dr. J, for the 4.
I think he hit it too softly because he probably wanted it to bounce off the rail. So he just went in between the rail and the ball that's going to hit. Now this is still makeable with a cut to the left bottom corner pocket. But that means that the cue ball will move around a lot more. So you have to be very precise on where you want the ball to move. All of a sudden, some problems. He looked like he had easy goings there after the break and the good position. But because he used the left hand on the 1 to cut, he did not have good position after hitting the 1. He asked for the extension. You're allowed 1. That means another additional 30 seconds. And that's all the extension he'll have for this rack. He'll cut this, but the cue ball is going to move around a lot. So he's not sure of where it's going to land.
And he's wasting too much time, Dr. J.
Eventually, when he hears that buzzer getting closer to sounding off, he's going to have to shoot no matter what happens already. And there's a couple of seconds left.
So he goes for the cut and makes this one barely. And look at the preparation, Dr. J, for the 6. He will be straight off on this one.
No, he's not. This
Well,
one,
getting a bit of an angle,
yeah.
Dr. J.
This one, I think he'll be satisfied. He was very scared that maybe the cue ball might not travel enough and he would have to deal with the 10 blocking it. Yes, a couple of options here. First of all, you can cut this or you can bank it. He was doing a little practice here earlier and he was doing well with the bank shots. But the way he's hitting it right now, he's going to cut this. There's the bank. The bank is closed because it's already evening.
Past 3 o'clock, Dr. J.
Yeah, but he played, what you call a double intention shot here.
A two-way shot for Yang Chin-Shun, trying to hide the cue ball from the 6, using the 7 as a blocking ball.
But not successful because Dennis already knows that he can make this one easily. It's off the rail, so he can get this one easily. Oh, I thought he got the 10 there. That's what he didn't want to do, really hit the 9, but he was fortunate that he still is okay.
He almost hit the 10.
I thought if he hit the 10, that would probably have gone in.
And it's counted.
Game over,
because you don't call shots in this race to 50.
If you have to call the shot, you might go up to maybe a week.
Huh?
Before
For a race to 50.
If you have to call every shot that you make.
It will end next year.
And obviously these 2 players, it's going to be very tiring on them. This in itself is already a good match. You can see that because of the leeway given them. It's already a good match and a very even match. There's Dennis. Good spin there on the left. Cut this to the side pocket. Just have to be careful. You don't want any fouls and no scratches there.
And Dennis Orcollo goes up again by 2 racks, 5-3 in a race to 50 against Yang Chin-Shun in this face-off. Brought to you by Solar Sports, the Manila Jockey Club channel, jbet.net. Oh, you teach me poker, Dr. J?
Well, I just watch.
Okay.
I don't really like to play that anymore. I know how to play. When I was young, I knew how to play poker, but I've given that up a long time ago. I just love to watch. Maybe someday they will ask us to do the annotating of some poker
Games.
But mostly now it's all Texas Hold'em because that's for television.
Which is faster, that's why. Yeah.
Before there were draw poker, stud poker, Caribbean poker, a lot of 5-card poke, 5-card stud.
Which takes longer.
Yeah. But and then there were a lot of Filipino table games that you call on poker. Anyway, Dennis is breaking on the left side of the table of your television screens. It's on his right, actually. Let's see if he can do a little bit better than what he did earlier. Oh, and he fouled. Ball went straight into the side pocket.
Lost control of the cue ball and fouled on this shot. Not getting enough break, Dr. J, off the break.
Yeah.
It's Dennis Orcollo.
So it's really hard to get momentum if you cannot get the balls to fall with the break. I asked him earlier also about the balls not falling. He said table is new, 10 ball. 10 ball is really hard to get balls to fall. You know, formation of the racking is quite different. Not like 9 ball. So
With ball in hand, Dr. J, what do you do with this table? It's you have still all 10 balls on the table.
very hard because you can see it's not easy to get from the 1 to the 2. If it wasn't ball in hand, it would be much more difficult.
So they're looking at a safety shot, Dr. J?
No, he's going for this. He just wants to know where to put it. In between the 3 and the 10.
Which is perfect, Dr. J. He is on this 2. So looking at the 3, where to place that cue ball, Dr. J, after making this 2.
I think the best position would be to put the cue ball to the right side of the 3. Whether you take it in the side pocket or in the corner pocket, that will allow the cue ball to flow down to the 4. You hit this with right hand English and you want to go to the right side of the 3. Or here he comes to the left. Now he has to. Ooh.
He's going to take this on the
side.
On the side, yes,
Yeah.
that's that. Side pocket other.
A little bit short there because he was a little bit straight on the 3, which he didn't want. He wanted some angle. Again, a very touchy shot if you want to cut this. Or do you want to play safety? Here you have that option. Because there's still a lot of balls on the table. It's not hard to hide the ball. You can make this go the rail. He cut it and he missed it. Fortunately for him, it did not end up an easy shot here for Dennis Orcollo.
So I think that's also an intention, Dr. J, knowing that he will have a hard time making the 4. If he made the 4, then could have made the 5. But here, what he did was to put a little distance between between the 4 and that cue ball.
If he misses, which happened here. Now Dennis can play a safety here. Let's see how good he is. Plenty of time on the shot clock.
Just checking if that 4 ball is frozen, already asking for an extension. Dennis Orcollo just making sure. And you would think, if you're in a race to 50, that players will just not care about shots like this one. But this is, like as I said earlier, Dr. J, this is where the discipline of these players come to play.
They don't want to give up any rack. If you can win, why give it up? Why take silly chances if you don't have to? There is a possibility of hitting the 10 there. Here is also a possibility of a safety. It goes down some more.
Was that designed, Dr. J?
No, that was not. Obviously, he was trying to cut it. You see, the right-hand English allows the cue ball also go to the 10 area, but he never got a good shot on the 4. He did not hit the rail first, which is what you have to do when you shoot a shot where the ball is sort of frozen on the rail. Now Yang is looking at the kick here because you can make the 10 here. Huh? There's a possibility that if you kick it properly, the 10 is very close to the bottom corner if the director will show us that. And if you kick it properly...
Yeah, that shot is available, Dr. J. Off a kick.
Yeah, you might get a chance of making the 10 here. And at the same time, because you're hitting this below, that cue ball is not going to move too much. He hit it behind. That was a wrong shot. That's very poor shot for him.
And you are seeing, Dr. J, some uncharacteristic shots from a usually steady Yang Chin-Shun.
Yeah, he did not hit it properly. He did not hit it at the right spot that he wanted to hit it.
So undercutting that shot of a rail, bottom rail.
Still not a very good shot because it kissed after hitting the rail. Now Yang has the side shot, bank shot available to him here if he wants. Like I said, I saw him do a lot of practice on the bank shots, so he might go for this one, side pocket bank. Hit the 6, still be in that area where you can have a decent shot at the 5. There is the side pocket. He didn't make it again.
Which leaves this 4 available for Dennis Orcollo on the opposite side pocket, Dr. J.
Right now, the only problem for Dennis, I don't know if the 6 passes, no, but if the 6 passes, this is a very easy rack already for Dennis. The 5, he looks at the 6, he doesn't seem to have any problem. We can see that on the overhead camera. And there doesn't seem to be any more problem with the 6. So he's making sure he's bringing it up here a little bit more. Dennis doesn't want to hit the 7 here. He wants to make the 6, but he wants to avoid the 7. The 7 is already in good position. Keep it there. Oh, this is perfect now.
Throwing this one back to a shot to the 7 and now going to the 8. Dennis Orcollo hoping to extend the lead.
Yang is making too many mistakes, Chino. He's making mistakes on bank shots. He's making mistakes on safeties. And that's not going to cut it. He's not going to beat Dennis if he continues to make that kind of mistakes, even though Dennis has not been successful with his breaks. No?
Dennis Orcollo making up for his dry breaks with his excellent pocketing and his recovery shots, if you call it that, recovery shots, Dr. J. And Dennis Orcollo nailing his 6th rack. So taking a 3-rack lead against Yang Chin-Shun in this face-off. Here at Club Cabo, brought to you by jbet.net. Just to recap, Dr. J, the first rack won by Yang Chin-Shun, and then Dennis Orcollo storming to the next 3 racks, and then Yang Chin-Shun winning the 5th rack, but Dennis Orcollo answering back. And then now Dennis Orcollo establishing another back-to-back racks to take rack 8 and 9 for a 6-3 lead against Yang Chin-Shun in this race to 50, first session of day 1. Again, this race to 50 is spread over 2 days. If you have time, then why not drop by, Dr. J?
Yeah,
maybe
definitely.
Get Dr. J's autograph. Ronnie Alcano's autograph, Dr. J.
There are a lot of players here. Gandhi Balya is here. Dennis Orcollo is here. Yang Chin-Shun is here. Lee, the partner of Yang in the World Cup of Pool, is also here. You know. And there will be more that will be coming.
Dr. J, finally, 2 balls falling for Dennis Orcollo off this break. So he's sort of on a roll, Dr. J.
Yeah, but too bad for him. The 1 went all the way down the rail, so he doesn't really have a very good shot on the 1 here. But he did get the 3 and the 6 to fall. The 6 already went to the side pocket immediately. Then the 3 coming around the rails and falling.
Excellent combination. 1 to the 5 by Dennis Orcollo, Dr. J. And
think-
off a wicked angle, huh?
I think he was playing more of a safety,
Safety.
but it went in. Now he has a problem because it went in. You can see, if you're playing that to go in, you'll play it harder so that the cue ball can come back. Here he was playing the cue ball to come all the way to the top here.
So accidents do happen.
Yeah, well, he was using the 1 to hit the 5 as a stopper so that the 1 will not move and stay by the rail. He's very fortunate what happened here. He did not hit the corner of the side pocket. And you can see right now, Dennis is getting the benefit of the roll of the balls so far. No?
That's what you were mentioning earlier, Dr. J, about players getting the break in a closely contested match.
Yes. And you might say almost evenly matched if you talk about talent. Yang again has a difficult shot here. I don't think you can make the 10 here even off a billiards of a Karoom. You can only see he can only see a little part of the 1. The 1 is the yellow ball. You can see a little of the left side of the 1 here. The shot clock is winding down. He's asking for the extension, which gives him another 30 seconds to work with. Nice safety here, but it's going to come out. If it doesn't hide behind the 4, it does. Again, the jump stick here for Dennis. He has converted 2 out of 2 from the jump stick with perfect position, but this one a little bit harder because the angle is different, no? And the 4
And
is
also it's
quite
closer
close.
though to the rail.
Yeah. Hit it too squarely, but he's able to keep the cue ball there. Like I said, Dennis been getting the balls.
The breaks.
Yeah, the balls have been favoring the rolling of the balls have been favoring. You can see this, but I don't think he can pocket it. You can see a little of this. The 4 is a little ahead of the 1 from the side of the cue ball, no?
Which doesn't give you enough hitting space, Dr. J, or that surface to hit the ball straight on.
Ooh.
Able to do something about it, Dr. J.
He
Huh?
sort of put a lot of spin there. It's more like spinning the ball around. And he looked at it several times. He knows he's behind 6-3 right now. And he really has to get his game coming back here. Now he's okay. Now I think the position is okay for Yang. He's got a great chance to pick up his 4th win here. He's down 6-3. Balls are well scattered now. Good position here on the 4. Avoids the 9, the collision with the 9. Yang burst onto the screen, to the billiards world about maybe 6-7 years ago. Excuse me. Was an instant hit because this was a guy that everybody knew had a lot of talent. He could play the game, great in pocketing, good with the jump cue. Had a fairly good idea about safety shots, but he was really good in pocketing and putting the ball for good position.
I like the way Dr. J again he avoids the other balls and the way he uses the table so well. He's excellent at table management. That's what the strength of this guy Yang Chin-Shun really is. He takes his 4th track and cuts down the lead to just 2 in this race to 50 match. The face-off between Orcollo and Yang. We'll be back after a short break. Ito, potted. Ano yan, potted meat? Uso pa po yung potted meat.
Hindi, kumakain ako ng big biscuit.
Oo, masarap yun ah.
Yung
Potted
may
meat. Oo.
Kasi yung po
Di ba?
tamalo.
Sama nung, sama alat.
Dito ako sa monitor talaga ng gamit.
Monitor nagre-relay.
Monitor importante.
We play to a winner's break, so Yang Chin-Shun breaking and hoping to move in closer to the 6-4 lead being enjoyed by Dennis Orcollo, and his face-off being held at Club Capo.
Oh, he got a ball to fall, the 9-ball into the side pocket. If this had been 9-ball, game over. Huh?
Yeah, could have been a golden break, Dr.
Yeah.
J.
And that would have been difficult with 10 balls there. But right now, he doesn't have real good position here. The one almost scratched there would have been a big problem for him. And the one is not really available here. Not even a bank shot is available, I would think. So he's not going to play a push. So he might play a safety. I don't know if the one can... yeah, the one is available to the side pocket if you want. But he might play a safety here. Oh, but it hit the 4. He didn't want that to happen. And I don't think he got it down just enough. Dennis missed his last jump on the 1-ball.
The one closer to the rail after making 2 excellent jump shots earlier. So Dennis goes back to his jump cue.
Seems to be his favorite cue stick outside of his regular one. Doesn't seem to have any problems when he has to use the jump stick. He may have to ask for an extension here. And that will take away any more extensions for Dennis Orcollo here in this rack.
Always tough, Dr. J, when you have to hit a jump shot which is closer to the rail. So it allows for the occurrence of what you call the foul. Almost making that one, Dennis Orcollo.
He's very fortunate because even though the 1 is up for easy grabs now, the 5 came into the picture there, taking away the corner pocket of the 2, the top corner pocket. So some work to do for Yang to maneuver that ball to get to the 2. He'll have to take it probably on the bottom corner pocket here. So he has to maneuver this to get to the 2, or he must break it, which he did, and he was able
Excellent
to do.
break,
Yeah,
Dr. J.
terrific. Just looked at it once, and he was confident on what kind of shot he wanted to do, and he got it. Now he got good position there.
Pointing to where he wants this cue ball, Dr. J, for his next shot on the 4.
Yeah, they're already what you call measuring and sizing up the movement of the cue ball. It's got to go 3 rails, so he wants to hit that there. This one is a little bit too deep, no? Because remember where he pointed was closer to the second button. And now again, he's going to have to get some good position here after hitting the 4 to the 5. He's looking at it. Can't really hit a very soft shot so that you'll be in the area where the 6 ball is. So he's jacking up a little bit so he can control the cue ball going to the right side of the table, no? To the middle of the table. So that's the only way you can control it to stop it. And he did a good job on that, so he's okay now.
One of the things I learned watching and covering good players, Dr., is their ability to adjust after a miscue.
Yeah.
What you call a missed preparation is their ability to adjust and make sure that they make the same shot intended previously, Dr. J.
Now, then when you get back on track, it becomes easy. So, you'll not get to this level if you cannot make the right adjustments. Because a lot of us can probably pocket a lot of good balls, especially if they're easy. But to always be in good position for the next ball that you want to hit, it's not. That's what makes this game difficult.
Yeah, that's what separates the boys from the men.
Yeah. Okay, let us remind you, this is a race to 50, 10 ball face off between Yang Chin-Shun and Dennis Orcollo. $10,000 to the winner, $5,000 to the loser, and of course the chance to be called the champion of this face-off. Two guys well known in the Asian circuit as well as in the international world.
Excellent cue ball control, Dr. J. Big
Yeah.
displayed the last 3 shots by Yang Chin-Shun.
He's comfortable now. He's not worried. Yang is a good player. Once, like I said, I also like him because once he makes his decision, he just shoots. He
Yeah, no
doesn't-
hesitation,
yeah.
without hesitation, Dr. J.
Yeah.
And he cuts down that lead to just a rack. Yang Chin-Shun now with 5 racks tucked under his belt in this race to 50 face-off, brought to you by Solar Sports, Manila Jockey Club, and jbet.net. And would you believe, Dr. J, that's the first back-to-back racks won by Yang Chin-Shun since we started this one about an hour earlier.
Another one of those try breaks.
But
No. One ball fell. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
The
that's
eighth
the
ball
eighth ball.
fell, yeah. But not good position
Yeah.
on the one.
he has a problem with that 1 because that 5, that cue ball hid behind the 5 as he lost control of the cue ball.
Yeah, he's going to have to play a push here. There are not too many options left. He has to play a push, which is allow the player immediately after the break. And there's no such thing as a bad shot with push. You can hit, you can pocket the ball, do anything you want.
So he releases the kiss ball between the cue ball and the 5 ball. Dennis Orcollo returning that push of a shot to Yang Chin-Shun. Now
Yeah.
just trailing by a frame, by a rack, Dr. J.
Yeah, because there's no pocket for the one ball. It doesn't pass the 2. So since it's a problematic shot, he just gave it back, no? And a very good safety. Good safety. He was able to use the 10 as a blocking ball between the 1 and the cue ball. But there, Orcollo can see a little of that side, and he almost pocketed it.
It was available for a cut shot, Dr. J, but here he goes for another two-way shot.
Mm-hmm. And this one is more or less, you cannot see the one ball anymore.
Using the 10
Yeah.
as that blocking ball.
Now you have to jump or you have to kick off a rail to come up with a good shot. Now these kind of shots are makeable because if you hit it properly and you find the right angle, you can hit this off the rail, and that will help make it easier to pocket the one ball in this case. We've seen a lot of instances. You go to the rail first.
Excellent double rail escape by Yang Chin-Shun.
See? Double shot.
Double shot.
two balls going in.
Bonus.
But he still doesn't have good position on the 2. That's his problem.
Unfortunately, Dr. J, as you've said, the next shot, there's that 6 blocking that path to the 2 for Yang Chin-Shun. This shot is makeable, Dr. J. The 2 now available for Dennis Orcollo.
And now he has really got a chance to come back and win one more rack if he can make this.
With his Whirlpool of Cup partner watching intently. Dennis Orcollo pocketing 2 balls in succession and now was working on the pink ball, the 4, and hoping to put some more space in between him and Yang Chin-Shun in this race to 50, the first session tonight. You're watching this one on a slightly delayed basis on Solar Sports. Chino Trinidad with Dr. J, Andy Howe, Hirat Club Capo along Tomas Morato. 3 more balls and Orcollo will regain another 2-rack lead against Yang Chin-Shun of Chinese Taipei.
Well, you know, it's like you say, one miss and you're in trouble. So that
One miss you die, huh?
And a miscue on the part of Yang Chin-Shun in his safety shot allowed Dennis Orcollo to run this rack off and take a 2-rack lead.
And Dennis Orcollo storms back to a 2-rack lead, as Dr. J had mentioned, 7-5 against Yang Chin-Shun of Chinese Taipei. This is a race to 25 for tonight and another 25 for tomorrow. So that makes for a race to 50, Orcollo. And again, Dr. J, that was set up by what we call some loose pocketing by Yang Chin-Shun.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately for him, after making the 1 and the 7 here,
This was an excellent shot, Dr.
yeah,
J.
he did not get position on the 2. And all of a sudden, Dennis runs it out after the miss. You know, Dennis runs out, the ball's on the table. He's up by 2 racks. This is rack number 13 here. Again, he will break from the same side where he has been doing so the whole night. With a little bit more concentration here. You don't want to hit the 1 ball full. You want to grace it and then come at it real strong. Again, this time better control. And the 1 went in. The 2 is also going to go in, and he's got position on the 3. Although not very easy, but at least he can see it.
Getting his break, or rhythm of the break, is Dennis Orcollo.
Unfortunately for him, the 6 does not pass. The 3 doesn't pass the 6 into the corner pocket. So, and I don't think he can make the side. I know it may pass. We don't know. Yeah, it may pass. There seems to be enough space there, or he might play a safety here and try to hide, bang the 3 against the 6 and hide the cue ball behind the 4 and the 8. Yeah, he's trying to put it there because the 3 doesn't pass the 6. We're a little bit far from the table, so sometimes we have to stand up to see the positions of the ball.
And sometimes the camera angle doesn't give it justice. But see clearly that the 5 now blocking the path to the 3. So this gives Yang Chin-Shun an opportunity of a rail, using the rail, of course, to make or to save a shot to the 3.
Yang taking too much time. The shot clock was winding on him.
But look at this, Dr. J, almost kissing the 5. So this will give Dennis Orcollo a shot to the 3.
Yeah. And a very nice shot. You can cut this to the corner pocket, and you can hit the cue ball on the 8 just to stay there for the 4. It can also be a double shot. You can actually make the 3 and the 8 here at this almost at the same time and still have position on the 4. Actually, it's very tempting, and sometimes those two possibilities of a shot take the concentration of a player away. But here you can make the 3 to the corner, hit the 8 to the side, and still be in position on the 4. You may have to ask for an extension because it's winding down. See, you can make the 8 easily. So he did not want to think of making 3 in the corner, making 8, or making the 3 and hitting the 8 to be on the 4.
And just enough Dr. J English on that one to nail the 8. Steady as it goes. Dennis Orcollo.
I mean, great angle here because it's now easy to push the ball to get to the 5. Still good angle to get to the 6 now. You can even play a stop ball and cut it the 6 from that area right there if you want to. You can play this with a stop shot and just cut the 6 from that area if you keep the cue ball there, which is what he did.
What's that? Just as the doctor ordered, huh?
No, well, you know, sometimes we know a little what they do, but sometimes they are just much better than us, and we can be mistaken with the way we play.
Like when you did the FN Batares and Janko Bustamante partnership, huh?
Yeah.
There were shots that
Well, yeah.
you just left it to the masters.
Yeah, well, some of them I know because I've been watching Efren for more than 40 years, but so I should know some of his shots. I was still he was a teenager yet, and I was just a little past that at the time.
And to see them win, Dr. J,
Yeah.
against the German Bear of Homan and Ratsuke was one great moment for all Filipinos. We'll take a quick break. Dennis Orcollo leading this one 8-5. Ito pa sandwich ang ito. And as play resumes, Dennis Orcollo breaking off what seemed to be a favorite angle for him off the break, using the left wing to break. He has been successful in the last 2 trips.
He gets the 1 to fall, and he's able to keep the cue ball there. He has a shot on the 2 if the 5 doesn't come into the picture, and it comes in. The 5 came in the picture at the wrong time for Dennis Orcollo.
That's what you call lack of cooperation, Dr. J.
That's right. Not listening to the
The teacher.
yeah, definitely. But Dennis has no choice here but to play, and it's hard to play a push here because if you play a push, you're going to show the 2, and there's the 2 and 10. 10 is being very close to the hole.
So he opts for the push, Dr. J.
Yeah, he has to play a push, but you cannot give him a good shot on the 2 because he might be able to make the 2-10 combination. So that's okay. That's why Dennis takes a second look. You may be able to cut the 2, you may be able to make a 2-10, but it's going to be very difficult. It's a big risk. You miss this, that 10 might stay there near the hole. And that could be a big problem for you if you miss this.
So with all the care in the world, Yang Chin-Shun lining up for the shot to the 2. He would usually pass back, a push. But
But
this
w-
one, since the 10 is nearby, Dr. J,
Yeah, but when you see the ball, Chino, I don't think any of the good ones want to give back the ball when you can see the ball, because the opportunity is you are the one who can play the safety if you want to. And if you let good players come back and play the safety on you, you may no longer have an opportunity to see the ball afterwards. But Yang is fortunate. Like I said, those kind of shots, you try that shots, usually they just stay by the hole if you miss. But these two moved away after the miss. Dennis will have to play the rail here. Robocop trying to use the rail here.
two rail escape for Robocop. Or was that a three rail?
Two rail.
Two rail, yeah.
Two rail. And he does very good results. But now he's in trouble because Yang can lock him up here. You can play a bank shot on the 2, and you can move the cue ball to the area of the 3, 4, 9 there on the right side of the table, and Dennis will have no shot. But these two players, being young, they're also aggressive players. Not in the mold of an Efren or a Django, who will take risks, but if there's no need to take a risk, they'll play the very tight safety. He played the risk there. He took the bank shot, and that's a risk. You miss and you're in trouble.
Sometimes you gamble, Dr. J, but again, you turn the table over to a Dennis Orcollo, who seemed to be again on a roll after winning the last two racks 12 and 13. And Dennis Orcollo just pouncing on every opportunity, but this one a bit short, I think, Dr. J, of that preparation. So there is a potential. That's a problem, Dr. J.
Yeah, it
With that
seems
5 blocking.
he looks at it again. Oh, he's comfortable that he can get to the 3. He takes a look at it again. Looking at the shot clock also. Might have to play. No, he's not playing the jump here. Asked for the extension already. To give him more time. Have to jump a little bit here. Maybe not. Takes a look at it again. Doesn't seem that he may have to jump here. Just swerve that ball around a little bit with some spin. There you can see the swerve, but it's not going to make it. And what is bad there is he had to hit he broke up the 4 and the 9. I was surprised that Dennis missing that, hitting the
That
2.
preparation.
Yeah, and then missing an easy preparation on the 3, because the 3 is close to the pocket. There was no real reason to ram in that cue ball off the rail that hard. And then eventually missing out on it. Left-handed shot here by Yang Chin-Shun, reminding everybody he can play right and left hand. He's ambidextrous.
Which is something, Dr. J, that Efren Batares taught the world to do. He was one of the very first, Dr. J, to go ambidextrous
Left and
on
right
the table.
on shots. Now the 4 does pass the 9 here. Yang taking a look at the other balls on the table, sizing up. He's looking for the run out here.
So instead of a possible first 4 rack lead for Orcollo, he sees himself now losing an opportunity to pad on the lead with Yang Chin-Shun on the table. And with this table, Dr. J, you could sense that Yang Chin-Shun just can nail another rack and close that gap again between him and Dennis Orcollo.
The reason Chino Wayang is on the table so long, he has to get the position to the 6, and it's not easy from that area. That's why he has to do this.
Excellent.
Avoid the 8 and everything. Avoid the foul if it hits the 8. This was not easy shot. That's why he took a lot of time sizing up what he wanted to do. But he came out with the perfect shot. Seems pretty good there now. Only 4 balls left to climb to within a 2-rack deficit. Yang Chin-Shun is only 31 years old right now. He was born in 1978. Like I said, he burst into the scenes about 6-7 years ago. And he's been playing high caliber pool ever since then. Dennis is even younger. Dennis is only 30 years old. Yang has won a lot of championships, which we'll give to you later on when we have more time. He has cut down the lead round to only 2. It's now 8-6 in favor of Dennis Orcollo. And we usually have a break here at this point. Let the players stretch out a little bit
and take their natural break. It's a 8-6 lead. Could have been a 4-rack lead for Dennis Orcollo, but
9-5, yes.
A mistake of that preparation on the 2 that led to this run out by Yang Chin-Shun, now trailing just 2 racks against Dennis Orcollo in this race to 50 face-off. Play resumes and Yang Chin-Shun breaks in the 15th track of a race to 50. So if it goes hill, Dr. J,
99 games.
it's a lot.
That's a lot of games. Yang was not, you can see the 10 ball, they're almost going into the hole there. But it turned out to be a dry break. Dennis Orcollo can see the 1 ball here. Although nothing easy for him now on this shot on the 1.
And rain has fallen once again, Dr. J, on this rainy Tuesday.
Well, we expect a rain here in the in this area for the next 2 days. You know, it's also been raining in a lot of the areas around here, Chinese Taipei, in China. You know, a lot of rain in Japan
because of the monsoon season.
The monsoon season, yeah. Then he starts to think of a safety shot here. Or will he attempt to try to cut this to the corner pocket, which is dangerous? So he goes for the the bank shot on the 5, but he did not make it. Able to, however, to draw the ball away to the opposite side.
And leaves Yang Chin-Shun with a not much of a moving space, Dr. J.
Yeah, I don't really know if that cue ball can pass the 9 and the 6 and come up with a good shot on the 1. Because if he can, obviously he can make the 4 easily. He may have to look at the bank here. It's not easy to negotiate this shot between the 6 and the 9. So maybe a little jump here. A little masse here. And that's a foul.
That's a foul ball, yeah.
Oh, and he's very lucky that that 10 ball went in, because if the 10 ball didn't go in and stayed there, and that would have been the end of him. No? Now the 4 ball stays down because it has already fallen. There was a foul after the ball went down. So ball in hand here for Dennis Orcollo. Great opportunity again. The 10 ball had to be returned because that's the object of the game, is to pocket the 10 ball. And there was a foul there, so it didn't count.
See, we've seen everything, Dr. J, today.
Yeah.
And you can hear live rain.
This good position here by Dennis Orcollo. Ball in hand. Good angle here on the 2. Can get to the 3 easily.
And using the rails, Dr. J, for the preparation to the 3. Dennis Orcollo looking good on this one. It's a wide open table, Dr. J.
Here you want to cut, but you also want to make sure you take away the scratch on the side pocket. You also want to leave the ball with a little angle on the 5. Maybe a little past where it is now. Oh, that's dangerous if he doesn't come out, but he just had enough. You can see the body English with Dennis, like he was a little bit short. He thought he was going to be short.
As if body English could help the ball.
Well, that's what an athlete does from time to time. Even when you take a basketball shot or whatever, nothing is always perfect.
That is how critical the what you call the control of the cue
Is
in this game.
yeah. And centimeter, millimeter, small, or an inch could be disastrous for a player. Nice draw there by Dennis to get the 7 into the side pocket. You can make the ball follow a little bit to get to the 8. Use the rail to come back to the 8. Oh, he's going to want to take the 8 in the side pocket, which what he did, but he came up a little bit short there. I really didn't know if he had to do that. I don't think that kind of preparation was, such an easy thing to control. But he can make this, although it's a little bit harder. So another couple of rails, and he hits the 9, and he's fortunate that the hit allows the 9 to
This
get
one,
closer.
lalaki shot, Dr. J.
That's that one.
Not designed.
But it turned out well. So he's poised to take his 9th win here. He's up 8-6. No?
Yes, Dr. J.
So it's going to be 9-6 here after the 10 ball goes in, which it does.
And then is Orcollo adjusting a bit after a miscalculation on a preparation on the final 3 balls. And he takes a 3-rack lead against Yang Chin-Shun, and his face-off being held at Club Capo here in Tomas Morato. Orcollo has taken 3-rack leads, Dr. J, at least 3 times in this race to 50. First session, of course, for today, a race to 25, and we play another 1 to 25 for tomorrow, the first to reach 50. And he is on the verge, Dr. J, of establishing the first 4-rack lead of this break.
Again,
Nails the 1.
good break, but does he have a shot on? Yes, he has a shot on the 2. He has a shot on the 2. He lost a little control of the cue ball, but he does have a shot on the 2 here. Good opportunity now for Dennis Orcollo. He's got the momentum, and he's got a shot here after the break. So that's always a big advantage. And he made it, so he's out there in the middle, and that's good preparation for the 3 ball now.
And he can take Dr. J the 4 on the opposite, on the other end, in the corner pocket.
Yeah. What we want to avoid here is the cue ball hitting the 10, because that will disrupt the flow. So he goes
he
around
does,
the 10. Yeah, he goes around the 10. He's now a little bit straight, however, in the 4. That's not exactly where he wants to be, because you have to cheat the pocket to try to get position on the 5. He's looking at it that if he plays a stop ball here, he'll have a shot on the 5, but it's a little bit difficult. If there was more angle here, he could easily get to the 5. No? But he may not want to try to risk a cheat of the pocket here, where what happened to him in one of the previous racks, where he did not get good position after
On the
hitting
2,
the 3.
yeah.
So he has to hit it hard, but still, it's good enough. He'll take this one.
Dennis Orcollo able to keep Yang Chin-Shun on his chair, hoping to take the first 4-rack lead in this race to 50 face-off against Yang Chin-Shun. Winner taking how much, Dr. J?
$10,000 US dollars.
Wow.
Loser getting 5,000. Not bad either, but just a little bit big, just a little of a difference. It's double your money.
Good shopping money, huh?
Yeah, oh, no, plenty. plenty. Dennis knows that's the problem left there, the 7 ball. If it passes the 8, or do you have to play a combination 7 to 8 to the corner pocket? Also that you do not foul. Just trying to hold it there.
Look at the expressions,
he wanted
body
to
gestures.
he wanted to be a traffic policeman too.
Trying to establish the biggest lead, a 4-rack lead against Yang Chin-Shun. Dennis Orcollo. Oops.
It's never an easy shot when you have to play a combination, and he was not in good position. He
knew
it,
right
though.
off Dr. J,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, he knew it.
Of the preparation.
Never easy to play a combination shot, especially one where the balls are very close, because just very hard to see where you want to hit it. All of a sudden, Yang may cut this lead again to only 2, because now it's open. It's so easy, you know.
So handing over this table is Dennis Orcollo.
He did a lot of work, but unfortunately for him, the 8 was in the way of the 7. If not, it would have been easy for Dennis to have won another rack.
He knew it right immediately after he pocketed that 6 ball that he was in trouble. And Yang Chin-Shun capitalizing on that error by Dennis Orcollo taking this rack. This is the 16th frame or the 16th rack now belonging to Yang Chin-Shun. It's a 7-9 deficit that Yang Chin-Shun is trying to recover from. Here is that shot that led to that error. But really the trouble began, Dr. J, when he, I think, overhit the 6
Yeah.
as he was preparing for the shot to the 7.
I think he wanted to be on more on the right side of the table where you can see where you want to hit the 7 ball. So it didn't happen for him.
Immediately off his chair is Dennis Orcollo as Yang Chin-Shun comes up dry on the break. And making up for lost time is Dennis Orcollo. Taking the 2 again on that same pocket, the left. And now lining up himself for a shot to the 3. Again, excellent control of that cue, avoiding the 7. And now as this 3 passes, Dennis Orcollo looking good. And this rack number 17 of a race to 25. The score pegged at 9-7 for Orcollo.
And he has a little problem here because again that there's that combination. Or do you want to hit the 3 off the rail, kiss it off the 9 to make it go in? He also has to use the bridge here a little bit because he doesn't reach the area where he can hit the cue ball.
That's the disadvantage when you're
A little
a
smaller,
bantamweight.
yeah. And you can see he doesn't have long arms. A guy like Ronnie Alcano would have no problems with this. He can really lean on the table. He might hit this off the rail and then go to the cue. Well, there was that there. If you don't make it that way, you can hit it off the rail.
So avoiding contact with the 9, Dr. J.
Yes.
Tempting, huh?
No, he's never going to go for a
that
combination.
shot, no.
No, he's looking at the 4 to the side pocket here. Anyway, the 5 will be the same thing. It can also pass the 9.
Lessons learned from the last rack. Dennis Orcollo making sure that he doesn't commit the same mistake of overhitting.
The hard thing here is to cue because he's over the hole there. Undershot here, side pocket 4. Beauty of a shot
Excellent
there.
shot.
Beauty.
And again, this 5 will probably pass the 9 as the 3 did earlier.
And this one even has an easier angle than the 3. Of course, you just want to be sure. You know, he already made a mistake on the previous rack. He doesn't want to give another rack away to Yang. This one you can really hit by the rail and kiss it off the 9. It's not a problem. Yeah,
Which he does. Dr.
you
J
can hit
perfectly.
it off the 9. You know, that's not a problem. As long as you can get position to the next ball, you're okay. Now here, he's a little bit short. You have to take the 6 on the right bottom corner pocket. Could be a double shot here also. You can also use the cue ball to push the 10 to the hole if you like. Or it might happen even if you don't like it. See, you're going to hit the 10 anyway. So sometimes that goes in, you know. So then it seems to be all right. A little bit longer here on the shot on the 7. But the pockets here have been generous compared to the one of the World Cup of
Yeah.
Gold. You know,
They were wicked.
yeah, they were really very tight. Again, the cueing is giving Dennis a little problem here.
Is he good on this one?
Again, he's
a little
short.
work on this one. He's short, yes.
He's very short here, and not only that, you might have to use the bridge too. And how can you play safety here? There are not too many spaces already on the table. There are not too many balls where you can hide. He's going to play a stop ball and make the ball come back to the opposite rail in the middle. That's it. Just bring it up here to the rail and give Yang a long shot. See what he can do.
It's an end-to-end kind of a safety, and it's straight up, Dr. J.
This is difficult
One of the
here.
toughest shots to make,
Yeah.
or maybe even make a counter
Safety.
defensive shot.
Yeah. It's even hard to make a counter safety. Hard to make a bank shot because that ball, the cue ball is sort of frozen on the rail there. But Yang knows that, well, there are not too many places to hide the ball. Extension has been requested by Yang. You can hit this and hope for the best. Whether you make it or you you pray.
That's the only option left
You hit
for
this
Yang Chin-Shun.
and then you pray.
And then you pray. I thought you pray first and then you hit. Yang knowing that this shot is what could spell.
You can play the bank and hope that that cue ball hides behind the
No.
10. That's what he's trying to do. He's just praying here. Okay. Leave Dennis not a very easy shot at all. You can bank, you can cut this. But like I said, I think because of the generosity of the host, you may want to cut it, because even if it goes by the rail a little bit, you know, there's been a small tunnel to the holes here. No? Then he takes a look again, which is the right thing to do. See this generosity of the tables. Even it, you know, went by the rails, it still went in.
So giving him a little confidence, Dr. J, as he took on that shot, a cut. And yes, this one for a 10-7 lead. We'll take a quick break and come back here at Club Capo on Tomas Morato for Face-Off, Orcollo versus Yang.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa
Well, back here at the face-off between Dennis Orcollo and Yang Chin-Shun here at the Club Capo in Quezon City in the Philippines on Tomas Morato Street. Dennis leading this 10-7 and breaking right now, being a little bit more comfortable with his break, gets the 6 to fall. The 1 also fell, and he has position on the 2. He can cut the 2 to the side or even to the corner pocket. It might be possible, but I think the 2 to the side would be very good for him right now. So he's been a little bit more confident with his break. He's, I think, found the spot where he really wants to hit that formation of balls when they are up for the break. He was a little bit dry early in the beginning, and right now he has a 3-rack read. Yang Chin-Shun making some mistakes here so far. Dennis has had his share, but he's been able to get away with it. Nice cut to the side pocket. Leaves him a very long, almost straight shot here.
Excellent stop ball, Dr. J, to get position for that next shot, which is the 4. And he can take on this.
This is way off the rail, though, so he did not take a second look at it, however. He just went straight.
That's confidence for you, Dr.
Confidence,
J.
yeah. He was very confident. Most players would give it a second look. You want to know exactly where you want to hit it. Now he has very easy position to get to the 7 because you pocket this, you hit this off the rail with a little left-hand English. It will come out to the middle of the table. Well, but he drew it back, made it so much easier. There are some players who like to hit the ball a lot underneath. Me personally, that's my choice. A lot of people like to make the ball follow. So each to each his own. No?
This is
This is not good. This is not good. You can see this. This is going to fall. That was not good because it never should have been straight preparation. It should have gone through the rail. It should have been 2 rails to get to the 8. I knew it when he hit it that it was not good.
So again, all the work.
And then give me here.
Give me 3 balls left for Yang Chin-Shun, and a ball in hand with a foul of that shot by Dennis Orcollo.
Yeah, that's something that hurts because you do all the hard work and somebody takes the win. No? Of course, Yang has to get good position here on the 10. He better not make the same mistake as Dennis. Because here you're putting right-hand English and he's looking at that scratch there on the corner. So he's not. He might be a little bit short here because he doesn't want to scratch.
Maybe Dr. J going back to Dennis Orcollo, a case of maybe a bit overconfident.
Yeah.
He was not looking at his the balls rather,
Yeah.
the way he was earlier on.
I thought that was a wrong preparation. He should have gone two rail. There was no accident in a two rail thing.
And Yang Chin-Shun stealing this frame away from an unforced error committed by Dennis Orcollo of a foul on that shot to the 7, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, it went in already, after, and then he makes that kind of mistake. So that hurts. And after such a good break, good position on the 2, after the balls went in, you can see a couple of lovely ladies there in the background.
The guests.
Yeah.
Special guest, Dr. J, your guests?
No. I have no idea who they are.
You ask Perry.
Maybe eventually I will know who they are, but right now I do not know who they are.
Because our business is Dennis Orcollo and
Yang Chin-Shun.
Chin-Shun
Yeah.
squaring off for this face-off, a race to 50 affair.
Yang got himself back here quickly because of that. Let's see if he's successful with his break. Again, none. And Dennis comes back to the table. Yang had a couple of brushes of balls almost going in, the 4 ball, but it did not go in. Dennis looks at the 1 and the 10 position right there. Very easy to play a safety here because you can tuck the 1 to the 3 and the 10 and bring down the cue ball. He's also looking at that possible billiards or combination 1-10, which could shorten this match. But I think the wiser thing to do would be to play a safety and tuck the 1 in between the 3 and the 10 and move the cue ball down to where the 5 and the 8 is. It's also looking, like I said, it's looking at that 1 and the 10. And he's going to take a second look at it. See, he sees that, but it's not strong enough. The right idea, but not strong enough. And that's a risk that he took there, because obviously he could have played a very easy safety, but maybe he didn't like the formation of the balls either. And there was that possibility of a short game there. Yang has now the opportunity to creep even closer now. And Yang may now be able to get the 2 and the 10 here for an easy
It's
win.
for him, yeah. An abbreviated rack, Dr. J.
This one you may want to go for this one already because it's near the hole. Although it's a little bit frozen, it's not like a full shot where you can see it. Or you can shoot the 2 here to the left corner pocket. Put a preparation. Well, you won't have it on the 3 and the 10 either. So it's either you go for it now or you don't go for it. You just go for it later. Yeah, you go for it later. So I think he might be going for 2 corner pocket. You're not going to do any shortcuts here.
See, that was tempting, Dr. J, but he never took it.
Yeah.
Never took the bait.
Well, Dennis also heaves a sigh of relief because if that had fallen
Finish or not finish?
yeah, finish, that would have been 10-9. So right now, still got some work to do. Yang can look at the 6-9-10 combination later on. I think that one is much more available. So now you have to get position 4, 5, and then get it 6-9-10 later. He throws it back. And now from this area, when you pocket the 5 and you bring the ball to the middle of the table, you can look at the 6-9-10 now.
He has no way of avoiding that shot.
No more. Because even then, if you try to go 6, it's very hard. You know, you have no more choice. You have to bring
He
that
has to
the
take this
middle.
on.
Yeah, 6-9-10 now here. And he's pretty good at this. I've seen him. He's pretty good at this kind of shots. Although it's a double combination now. 6-9 to the 10.
To the 10.
Yeah. You see all the measurements there? Chinese are known to be good,
Calculations. Hey, they invented calculus. Remember?
This Chinese Taipei guy, Yang Chin-Shun, the son of Pool.
Calculating, huh? The calculus.
There it is.
An abbreviated match, Dr. J. And don't look now, it's just a one-rack lead for the Philippines. Dennis Orcollo against Chinese Taipei's Yang Chin-Shun.
Nanalo 10-11. So 11-10, 21. Muna i-break kasi magpapalit na kami sa 12. Magpapalit kami ng tao. Pagkatapos na sino mga 12, doon na kami mag-break. Ha? Pero kung nakadalawa ka agad si Davis, tama-tama.
Yang breaking. And he comes up dry, Dr. J.
But he's fortunate that the 2 ball is in the way of the 1. So no direct shot on the 1 here for Dennis Orcollo. He may have to elect to play a safety here. I mean, not a safety, but a push. I'm sorry. And it's not a very easy push because you certainly do not like to give the position to Yang where he can see the 1. So it's not an easy push. There's no way you can push up here unless you want to cover it. You have to hit the 10. That's where you can hide it. But then you would have very little shot to look at the 1 if he returned the push shot to you. So it's not an easy push. Not an easy push at all.
Dennis Orcollo only having a one-rack cushion between him and Yang Chin-Shun.
See, this is the only area where you can push where he does not really see the ball. Now, Yang may give this back to you because he doesn't really have a chance to see the ball. Maybe just a very thin side on the right side of the ball right now. So it's not an easy shot to even play a safety with. Dennis did not want to touch the 10 because if you move the 10 close to the hole, he would be in big trouble if you gave the guy any chance. Well, Yang can see this. Now we can see because we're a little far, but he's still returning it because this is no pocket to the side. You can see a little of the 1, but it's not easy to play a safety here. Ooh, I thought
Could have been a great shot, Dr.
I thought it was
Jeff.
going to go in. At the same time, he plays a safety and he could have had position on the, no, but this one I think can be seen. I don't know, we can't see it from our angle. If you can see the 1 from here. Because if you can see the 1, you can pocket it. No?
This is makeable, Dr. J. You see a clear path to the 1. Thank you, Direk, for that reference of a shot. You could see that this cue ball passes the 2 and the 9 to get this 1 ball off the side pocket.
Yeah, he can make it. But he might hide behind the 7. Yes, he did. Only 1 ball there for that to be a blocker, and it happened.
That is what you call, Dr. J?
Accidents can happen.
No, self-defense.
A lot of prayers from Dennis. Well, he comes up with a good shot here.
And he hits. Again, you don't have to call it because if it were the regulation 10 ball, then
You'd have to call
they
what?
have to call a shot.
Yeah.
So he makes the 8 that almost fell during the break. And Yang Chin-Shun looking for the equalizer for the first time in this match.
I don't know here if he has a shot on the 2. Extension being requested by Yang. He may have to go rail, opposite rail, and then bang in the 2 against the 5 ball. So I think that's what he's looking at. Opposite rail, bank, hit the 2, hope that the 5 will go in. If you hit it squarely, it will go in. No? If you hit it a little thin or a little thick, it's an easy shot, and at the same time, he did not foul by scratching. No? Still nothing given him. Look at, see, it's frozen, no? The 2 and the 4. Almost frozen there. But it passes, I think, to the corner pocket.
So again, adjustment being made.
He plays the safety.
And look at that safety shot, Dr. J, locking that cue ball behind the 4.
But obviously, it gives Dennis Orcollo the chance to come to the table. Looking at his options, this will have to be a 3-rail bank shot, kick shot. You have to go to the 2 rail
escape.
Yeah, the only way you can escape this is through 3 rails.
1, 2.
It cannot be
3.
3. Yeah, it cannot be 2 because it will hit the 3 and foul. So good safety shot by Yang gives him this ball in hand opportunity.
And that's excellent recovery, Dr. J. After he locked himself behind that 7. Remember earlier, he had that big problem when he locked himself behind the 7. But able to recover, and now in a great position with ball in hand to nail this one and take care of this. Another one seemed to be an open table, Dr. J.
Seems an open table. Only real problem is the 4 ball, the pink. Just want to get position on that. He looks at that again. 3 is in the side pocket here. Plenty of space between the 4 and the 6. You want to kill the ball a little bit here, which he does properly.
Looking for the equalizer.
Yeah,
Chinese Taipei's Yang Chin-Shun.
He's come a long way. He was down 3. He could have been easily down 4.
So if this is the shape of things to come, Dr. J, then we're looking at a heel match.
Well, I don't know. I would doubt it. I think if somebody gets momentum somewhere along the line tomorrow, then
all the way.
Yeah, that's a possibility that you can go all the way. But you know, it's definitely going to be a close match. It's nothing that, you know, a one-sided match. These face-offs, especially with players of the same caliber, it's never going to be easy.
Always evenly matched.
Yeah.
As that score now tells the story of this one. Dennis Orcollo earlier taking a 3-rack lead, but Yang Chin-Shun storming back and tying the knot, nothing the score at 10 apiece. And the key shot of that last track, Dr. J, was that shot or the defensive shot to the 4
Yeah.
by the Chinese Taipei's bet, Yang Chin-Shun.
Okay, so he comes back to the table. Oh, the 6 and the 3 fell, and he has a shot on the, well, the 2 is coming into the picture, so he may not have an easy shot on the 1. And the balls are really well scattered. If he had seen the 1, he could have probably taken this rack easily. The 2 came into the picture. The 9 and the 8 goes, and then the 6 and the 3 comes into the side
But
pocket.
then almost made it to the side pocket, Dr. J. And that could have counted, Dr. J.
Yeah, that would have counted. Right now, very hard safety to play. He may have to push here to the 4 ball and give Dennis a long shot on the 1. Taking a look again, he may have to push to the 4. Extension has been asked, so he no longer has any extension available to him. He locks up the 9 and the 4. Oh, but that's not locked up.
He just pushed the 4 further using the 9.
But you can pass that. But the thing hard, and Dennis returns the push. You go take it. No, I don't want it.
It's yours.
Not a very easy shot left Dennis, but one that's makeable. So Dennis needs to get some momentum back. He has lost a 3-rack lead, and he finds himself even Stephen right now here with Yang Chin-Shun with the momentum a little with Yang. He's got a difficult shot, but it's makeable. It's very makeable. So he's got to really tackle this one. Left bottom corner pocket.
And it's not every day, Dr. J, that Yang Chin-Shun commits mistakes.
Yeah.
As he did in that last shot to the 1.
Well, he had no choice because he made a safety, which he made a push shot, which Dennis wasn't going to tackle. You gave me nothing, so why should I do something about it? You do it. And remember, Yang has no more extensions.
Timeouts, yeah.
Dennis still has an extension. Oh, that could have been big for Dennis because he had great position on the 2 after that. So, not a very good cut there. Like I said, it was difficult. It was never easy, especially if you're trying to get position on the 2 here. He cannot hit a shot underneath. He had to get the ball to follow and go through the rail to get back to the 2. And that's what made him miss that 1 ball. So Yang now in very good position here. He can get the 2 to the side pocket and move the cue ball in between the 9 and the 8. That spot right there, you'll be okay for the 4. The 4 does get into the corner pocket.
All he has to do is allow this ball to drift towards the bottom rail and get onto the 4.
Oh, that might be a little bit too strong. No, it's just right. Almost, a little bit more, and he would have had the 9 blocking the 4. Gets up on the table. You have to have 1 foot on the ground. So he goes back to his left hand and kick this off the rail for the 5 to the side pocket.
And he does it so naturally, Dr. J.
Well, it's easy to use the left. I can play with the left hand, as long as it's close to the pocket. But if it's far away, then it becomes difficult.
Because you lose control.
Yeah,
but for short shots, then
it's not easy. It's not hard to use the opposite hand if it's short shots. Drawing it back a little bit, he overdid it. He overcooked it a little bit.
But with 4 balls left, Dr. J, Yang Chin-Shun putting himself in a position to take the first lead of this first session, Dr. J, of a race to 50 match between Orcollo and Yang.
He leaves himself difficult here because the natural path of the ball drawing back is going to the right side of the 8. You don't want to be there. You want to be on the left side of the 8. So you have to do a lot of things. You look at that way that ball is spinning. And see?
Here is the problem, Dr. J.
Well, it's still makeable to the corner. But because you did not have good exact preparation on the 7, just made your shot a little bit harder. I think here all you have to think as a player is you want to pocket the 8. Because anywhere that the ball goes, the 9
You will
is,
have preparation to the
yeah,
eight.
the 9 is easy. Just think of putting the 8 in the pocket. Don't even worry where the white ball goes. And that's exactly what happens here.
And that's a simple, what they call a natural shot, Dr. J, that will allow you preparation to the 9. And Yang Chin-Shun, with the shot to the 10, is looking at taking the first lead. Yes, that's an 11-10 lead by Yang Chin-Shun. After trailing almost all match long, Dr. J, he takes a 1-rack lead against Dennis Orcollo in this race to 50 match. As play resumes, it will be Yang Chin-Shun breaking as he storms to a 1-rack lead against Dennis Orcollo in this race to 50 face-off. Brought to you by Solar Sports, the Manila Jockey Club channel, and jped.net.
Here at Club Capo, here on Tomas Morato in Quezon City. Yang Chin-Shun Chino has won 4 straight racks here. And this so far, now it's a dry break for him. Gives Dennis Orcollo a chance to get back to the table.
And the dry spell continues for Yang Chin-Shun.
I thought he could get the 7 there, but it did not fall on the corner pocket.
But previously, Dr. J, he netted 2 balls off his
Yeah.
break.
That's why I thought Dennis made a mistake when he went for the 10. That was the beginning of the run here for Yang Chin-Shun. Instead of playing a safety where he could have easily locked the 1 with the 3 and the 10 and moved the white ball downwards, he elected to go for the billiards, the karoom, and he missed it. And eventually, that started a lot for Yang here in this match. But it's still a long way to go. You said it's a race to 50, and they're just 1/5 of the way from getting to that. Well, Yang is a little bit more now with 11 wins already. Trying to pocket that there. And this is a golden opportunity now for Dennis, although there is the 9 ball blocking the path of that corner pocket. But that 9 is very makeable on a combination shot here. He makes it, gets the 1 to come out.
And he will take this one on, Dr. J, of a cut.
Not a very easy angle to cut, but at least it's available. And or again, he could play a bank shot,
Which is another option for him.
bank shot, but more of the safety rather than really trying to
Than
make the 1.
pocketing.
Yeah. You know, keep on making the other guy make the mistake. Play defense, a defensive game, and let the other player keep on making your opponent keep on making the mistake. Because if you miss this cut and you sell the 1 to your opponent, you might be looking at a 2-rack lead for Yang.
Which is a strategy, Dr. J, that Django Bustamante and Efren Batares used
Yeah,
last Sunday.
they're masters now in that. They're so good at being able to hide the ball. See, he's gonna bank this double shot intention, and it turned out to be perfect.
Which is a choice between a cut shot and a bank shot. The bank shot allows him for a better preparation on the 2.
Yeah, and the white ball the cue ball doesn't
Doesn't
really
move
move
too
too much, you know, because then you can lose control there. The possibility of it hitting another ball, maybe even scratching. Those things you try to take out of the equation. That's okay now. You can take the 3 into the side pocket.
There is where you see, Dr. J, the difference between an ordinary player and the masters of the game.
Yeah, the patience of the more experienced players always shows. No, especially in long matches or in what you call pressure pack matches. But right now, there's not much pressure here because there's still a long way to go. But syempre, as a player, you always want to have a big advantage if you can. So, a little bit too strong there on the preparation for the 4. Still okay. Still controllable, but where do you want to get the 5? You have to come back somewhere to the area of the 5 and the 6, nearer to the 8, where you can get the 5 in the left-hand corner pocket. You can see the spin on the right side. He's making that ball go to that side. And
Look at the
only way.
preparation,
Yeah.
Dr. J. Excellent shot,
Yeah,
Doctor.
that's beauty, and that's trusting yourself.
And these shots, you do not just, learn overnight.
Yeah.
It takes years and years of practice.
Well, if you put spin on the ball like that, you cannot hit the ball directly like a natural shot. You have to give the adjustment that you have to hit it a little bit thicker. Now you can use the 8 to be your stopper. You want to push the 8. Okay, so you're okay on the 6. And the 7 is very easy on the hole anyway, so you're not too worried where you go as long as it doesn't hide behind a ball or it just gets stuck with the 7. And he completely avoids that. Remember, the reason why he got into trouble was he did not have a good preparation on one of the racks where he scratched. And that allowed Yang to come to the table, finish that rack, and have that four rack spurt. No?
That was a shot to the 7,
To the
preparing
7
to the
ball,
8.
yeah.
And he missed that golden opportunity to take that track. Could have been a 4-point for rack lead.
For rack lead. Instead, he allowed Yang to go 4 racks straight and eventually get a 1 rack lead. But he's looking to come back here and equalize at 11. Just has to put this in. It's not really easy because he's near the rail, but he does it well.
Dennis Orcollo stops the bleeding and wins this one, tying the score again at 11 apiece in a race to 50 against Yang Chin-Shun.
Take a look at this one. He banks this. Really takes his time here.
This is a shot of that track.
Yeah. Soft bank here. Had no chance for that ball was straight and through down the middle. Little over on the preparation for the 10, but still manages to make it. Then he's very happy to have stopped that winning streak that Yang had put on him.
That was a 4 rack streak. And now Dennis Orcollo wanting to get on a streak again.
Quite satisfied with the way the referee has racked up this 23rd rack of this match. No?
Yep, this is rack 23. He has control
Yeah,
of the
the
cue
2.
and he nails the 2. And he
that
might have a shot at the 1.
The
Dr.
1 keeps on coming up, so it's good for the side pocket. That might be his best break of the night.
So the cue ball not leaving the vicinity of the middle portion of the table. And here's the 1. And since the 2 had gone in earlier of the break, he has a shot at the 3 and can take on the 4, the pink ball, on that side pocket.
You notice most of the breaks of the 10 is always by the top rail. If not, sometimes it's frozen on exactly that area where the balls were first racked. Doesn't really move too much, no, because it's in the middle. Very difficult to move it in a 10 ball formation.
It's I think it has something to do with the diamond formation. I mean the triangle formation.
Yeah. Now he has, here he's still okay. There's no problem here to get to the 6.
And if Dennis Orcollo goes on to take his 12th rack, Dr. J, then we take a quick break and turn over to our friends Anthony Suntay and B-Boy Soriano, who will take care of the second session of tonight's matches.
Yeah.
Tonight's match, Doc.
And we'll come back and join you for tomorrow.
Yeah. This is a 2-day session, a race to 50 spread over 2 days.
Yeah. The first day actually is the first guy to reach 25. You
25.
stop first. It can be 25-24. It can be 25-20. It can be 25-23. It can be 25-18. But you don't expect that thing. These two guys have really been playing very well.
Evenly matched, Dr. J. So
And they've been
expect
well conditioned. So we'll turn over after this rack to our
friends B-Boy Soriano and Anthony Suntay.
Dennis still has some work to do here because he wants to make sure that that cue ball doesn't hit the 9 coming back, because that could mean a lot of problem unless you hit it full force. So he avoids hitting the 9. He doesn't want to have anything to do with moving the 9. Yang Chin-Shun just looking right now. You know the caliber of your opponent. And when you see balls like that, you can just hope maybe the next rack or whatever, since we're still we're about, you would say, 1/4 of the way. I don't expect this to be, however, a 50-49 match. I don't think it's going to be that close. But then the momentum will begin to come into the picture, especially tomorrow.
This is what you call a feeling out stage.
And then you get to learn the table. We'll still be using the same table tomorrow. It will be cleaned better. And good 2 straight racks here for Dennis Orcollo. It's a good position now to regain the lead.
Excellent recovery by Dennis Orcollo, taking his 12th rack.
And look
A
at
little
him.
suspense.
Look at him. Look at it. He did not hit it properly. He was not at all pleased with that.
And so Dr. J, Andy Howe, and Chino Trinidad taking a break, turning over to Anthony Suntay and B-Boy Soriano for the second session of this Race to 50, Day 1. Orcollo against Yang Chin-Shun.
Once again, good evening to everybody and welcome to Face Off. This is Dennis Orcollo going up against Yang Chin-Shun. It's the Philippines going up against Chinese Taipei. Anthony Suntay together with B-Boy Soriano. And B-Boy, as we join our audience once again, let's try to set some of the ground rules just in case, those who are joining us late can actually pick up the rules that we have here for Face Off.
Well, technically it's running. It's a 10-ball game. The rules are technically the same as 9-ball. It's not the WPA standard rules, the call shot. No, it's just technically you can fluke it in, a ball in, or except that if you get the 10 off the break and it goes straight into a pocket, they respot that 10, unless it gets kicked in or the 10 hits another rail. So that would be considered golden break.
So we do have a golden break here, unlike some of the other 10-ball events that you've actually seen on television lately. This is a different kind of 10-ball. Actually, this is the more standard way of playing the sport.
Yes, technically it made since it's a race to 50, it's going to be a 2-day event, so it's going to be a long way for both players. So if you do apply the WPA call shot game, wow, that would take a lot from them.
And Dennis Orcollo there with a push here in rack 34.
At this point, both players are not scampering for anything yet. Technically just relaxed because they still have, for today, this is the first session. It's tied, and technically they don't want to be under pressure too much or having to be nervous, because you don't want anybody to pull away. Yang Chin-Shun pushing out. There is a cut here available for Dennis.
Well, let me just correct myself earlier. I said 33. Actually, this is rack 24. Uh-oh.
Yep. Foul ball in hand for Yang. Table is looking good, except for that 2. Seems that it might just pass between the 7 and 6.
Well, B-Boy, we've actually been watching this match for over an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours. And looking at this match, obviously we saw that Dennis Orcollo got off to a quite decent lead as we take a look at that replay once again on that scratch and that foul on Dennis Orcollo. But suddenly, the momentum has swung to the other side. Yang Chin-Shun looked like he was on the ropes early here in this race to 50 battle, but suddenly he's come back.
Yeah, this is the problem of long races. Usually you tend to warm up, then eventually you tend to cool down, and as that happens, your opponent suddenly warms up. Of course, we got to remember it's a very cold arena that we are here. So if you're sitting down in your chair for a long time, you may be freezing.
And it gets even colder, exactly. And I think you might be able to hear some of the rain in the background. Well, the weather is really crazy outside, but here inside, both these players still going at it.
Remember, these two faced off a couple of years ago. I believe Yang got the better of Dennis at that time, but that was a different Dennis Orcollo. He was not ranked number 1 at that time, but ever since then he has been on a hot streak in the world of pool.
And actually, he himself said that in a lot of the interviews. He said, I'm looking forward to playing Yang once again because I feel I'm a much better player than when I lost to Yang a few years back.
Yes, I believe so. And of course, very evident. Yang Dennis just coming off a tournament last week, World Cup of Pool. Orcollo managing to finish in the semis with his partner there, Ronnie Elcano.
And actually, Ronnie Elcano is here inside the venue at Club Capo to, I guess, lend support to his teammate in the last tournament. And we talked about the accolades, of course, that we've been giving Dennis Orcollo, but on the other hand, Yang Chin-Shun is also no slouch. In fact, he's also improved through time.
Oh yes, but of course, last year or so, Yang has not been on the world stage that much. Of course, he's been playing the major tournaments, but not getting into the top bracket. Dennis, however, has been steady. Of course, he's been going to the U.S. I'm not sure if Yang has been traveling to the U.S.
Well, I believe a lot of the Chinese Taipei players don't actually travel to the U.S. that much. They travel every now and then, I guess, for the major tournaments, but unlike the Filipinos, who like to travel to the United States, they even go to Europe in order to be able to get better, play better players, play against other players that they've not played in quite some time.
Yeah, and for a pool player, technically you have to have a lot of tournaments bunched up, let's say in a month, to make it worthwhile. Because you're not sure that if you're going to win, even if you're just there for like a big tournament, like $20,000. You have to pay your expenses, you have to pay your lodging. So they want to go there when there's lots of action. So maybe the Taiwanese players feel that it's not worthwhile, and maybe Asia, which is true. Asia has been a big, has been playing good in terms of pool. A lot of people are making tournaments.
Right now,
down.
one final ball, yes, Bibo, and there it goes down, and we are tied once again at 12 racks apiece. This is a marathon. This is going to be a race to 50. Actually, we're going halfway here today. Tonight, to be more specific, it's going to be a race to 25 as far as we're concerned, and then we'll break and come back tomorrow to finally find out who is going to win this face-off, Yang Chin-Shun or Dennis Orcollo. And this maybe isn't something that you might see in some of the other tournaments that you're used to watching on television. Is the fact that players will eat in between. As you can see, Yang Chin-Shun there taking a bite. I think some chocolate. He needs some sugar rush to be able to help keep him sharp.
It should be enough for about 2 hours, another 2 hours.
Well, the biggest problem for Yang Chin-Shun here today has been his break. It has let him down. He had a couple of dry breaks. This time, the 7 goes down, and so does the 8.
Yeah, and has a good shot on the 1. You have to remember also, there's only one referee racking this. Of course, we have 2 refs here. One is using the shot clock. He's manning it. And the other one is technically going to be there for the entire duration. So you have to remember, he can also get tired, and his racks can change. So some factors here, maybe earlier, it was the break shot was in favor of Dennis, but now it switched it to Yang. And also speaking to about regarding the chocolate and everything, I was speaking to Ralph Suke the other day, and he said that, I asked him, what do you normally eat? Because these players are trained to play 8-hour matches, especially in Europe. So he just told me that sometimes he eats a banana, sometimes he has, but very small increments. You bite one, you keep it, bite after 30 minutes, because it can boost you up, but suddenly it drops you down.
That's true.
So, the factor here is pacing yourself also, and you have to have good athletic ability to withstand these races.
Especially this one. We don't really cover too many of this for television. A race to 50 is what we're doing here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is spanning 2 days. And Yang Chin-Shun just could be tasting the lead here after quite a while. I believe he was down 10-6. That might have been the biggest deficit he was facing. Right now he's at level 12 apiece and looks like he should be able to take this one down to take the lead.
Side shot coming up here for the orange 5. Doesn't have to do much. Has the option of playing the 9, lower right corner, or the right side pocket. Ooh, went for the corner. That gave him a much bigger angle than he wanted. Error here for Yang. He can still knock this down in the side or the lower left corner, but he just made his job much difficult.
Well, he is aware of the shot clock, so serving exactly what he's got to do, and he's going to go down bare and hit that shot.
Does not want to run into the 10 if he shoots this 9 in the side.
I think that might be his biggest worry.
If he's shooting the 9 in the lower left corner, he might just take that 10 same pocket. Or he just may hold it there also. Ooh, opting to go around. I don't know about this. He's going to overrun this.
I think he's overran it, definitely. No question about that. Well, he still has the side pocket as an option, but that's exactly what he didn't want to do. Make his life even more difficult. Just when he could suddenly see the light at the end of the tunnel, finally, I'll be getting the lead. And look at this, making life difficult for himself once again. I think he might just be cutting this into that corner.
Yep, he will. Long raise. They're still relaxed at this point. Gets it.
And there you go. It is now 13-12. This is a race to 50 for day number 1, session number 1 here tonight. We're going until 25. Yang Chin-Shun, and it's going to be a foul. And once again, just like he was just looking forward to not just taking the lead, but he wanted to be able to increase that lead. But look at this. He comes up with a scratch.
Yeah, and also changed positions again earlier this match. He was breaking from that right side where usually you break when you're playing 9-ball. In 10-ball, usually most players like to break within the break box. Gets better action. Two rail shot here coming up for Orcollo. Perfect for the side. Only problem is a 6-8, although combination is available.
I wonder, B-Boy, what's the psyche right now of Yang Chin-Shun? Obviously, he's not playing at his best. The balls have been going against him. But look at this, he's still up 13-12.
Yeah, because, we said that big momentums change if it's long raises. So at this point, they're actually just free shooting. Wait until tomorrow, then they the nervousness comes in, everything, your handshake, and, so, but now, no, not really. So it's just like a practice table for them.
But obviously, you don't want to go into session number 2 with a big deficit.
That's true. So at this point, they're just trying to keep it close. It's going to be hard to pull away from from Dennis or for Yang to pull, or for Dennis to pull away from Yang at this moment. Those who are used to these long matches, there was one caller of money, I believe that was Efren Reyes and Earl Strickland, who played this a long time ago, and I think that was a
That
race
was in
to,
Hong Kong.
yeah, race to 100, I think, or race to 150, and that was pretty close until the last day. But of course, like Earl would go out in lead for like 10 racks, and Efren would come back, and those type of leads. But these two players are actually evenly matched, so it's just the breaks of the ball, and especially it's 10 ball. The break is difficult.
Well, so far it looks like Dennis Orcollo making this table look easy. With ball in hand, a lot of these masters will just run through this table like a hot knife through butter. And now just 2 more balls to manage, and we're going to be tied once again at 13 racks apiece. Dennis is looking really smooth. 10 goes down, and right now we're tied once again at 13 racks apiece. This is a marathon race to 50. Tonight, session number 1, we're going until 25. Let's watch the final 2 balls. This is really elementary stuff as far as Dennis is concerned. Got a pretty good sized crowd here inside Club Capo.
Yeah, we technically start off early, but now place is getting filled up.
Now let's see what happens to the break of Dennis Orcollo.
No doubt really implementing a cut break. Oh, stopped it right there, but there probably will be no balls in the pocket. Dry break here for Orcollo, brings back Yang, and a possible 1-8 combination or a snooker or a hook behind the green 6 maybe.
There's that break once again. He had a lot of power in it. He was able to control that cue ball. He stopped it right there in the middle of the table, but as you said, no ball going down, so Yang Chin-Shun right back at the table. That's got to be pretty frustrating for both these players, huh? A while ago for Yang, he had to break with a foul, gave that table and yielded that rack to Dennis Orcollo, and right now it's right back on the other side. He's trying to snooker him, and I think he's going to be able to see that, though.
Yeah, poor safety there by Yang. Fortunately, there is no clear path for that 1 ball. Will be bumping into the 3. Plus, he may just make it difficult because that 2 is kind of obstructing his view. Usually players, when playing 10 ball, would love to just have a lot of ball action because it is so difficult. Usually the wings, when you're playing 9 ball, a wing ball or a side ball usually goes in, but in 10 ball, nada. It's difficult.
Right now, not a very good reply here from Dennis Orcollo because he is giving up that 1. And that 1 does present itself to a pocket.
Yeah. Next ball will be the blue 2 and will be taken left top corner. Nice spot, and he does not want to overrun this. He would have preferred to be a little bit straight, but that's okay. Has to do a little bit more work. Might have to come off 1 rail the right side.
Boy, the rain continues to pour outside as the action continues to get hotter inside.
Now you see the orange 5 and the pink 4. I don't know. Yang's checking out that 5-10 combination. It is available in the side also, so it just depends on where he places it after this pink 4, or after the 3 is going to be first, though. For these players thinking 3-4 balls ahead. Of course, how... he went too far. Wow. Now he's going to play the 5 in a different way that he originally wanted. See him pointing near the side pocket on the right side. Might just be playing, of course the 4 will be played top left. 5 might be taken in the side. Wow, he was going for that lower right corner. Nice shot there by Yang Chin-Shun. Also has the side pocket.
Really had to make sure he didn't come into contact with that 5.
Might have been disaster.
Now he's okay.
Well, that opens up the rack for him.
You know, B-Boy, both these guys just really cancel each other out as far as talent is concerned, huh?
Yes.
You
He
can
said,
see we played 26 racks, and it's split right down the middle. 13 apiece.
this were 9-ball, one of them would have probably gotten a big lead.
Yes, true.
But of course, it's the break, and there's you can't master the break. That's why most players like 10-ball. Not sure if these balls are tapped though, but based on how they're breaking, I probably say that they're not.
That's right, because you know you have a different break every time.
Mm-hmm.
But I like your point earlier when you talked about the fact that yes, you know, obviously people do get fatigued, and so even a referee is going to get fatigued, and so the way he puts pressure on those balls during the break when he sets it up will definitely vary.
At this point, you don't see the players checking the rack because it's been fairly consistent. Although on 10-ball, that usually the 10 usually moves a lot because you know gets kicked around. Oop, bigger angle.
Yeah, I know he put a little bit too much spin there than he would have wanted to. This is easy stuff though for Yang Chin-Shun, and there he takes the lead once again. This is a race to 50. And right now he's up 14 racks to 13 against Dennis Orcollo. Ending gravity. That is twice out of the last 3 times he's broken. And just when he felt that he was going to be able to once again take the lead and increase it, he just gets a big stop sign.
Yeah, and that was a big error. That cue ball did not get knocked in. It just drew back by itself. Problem of Dennis here is that 3-10-5 cluster he's looking at. 2-ball also is going to be difficult to get at. One is available in that left side pocket, but not a good offensive shot here because no value can be had.
But with ball in hand, he can actually choose anywhere on the table where he wants to begin. But as you said, that is a major problem for him, that cluster there on your lower left-hand portion.
Possible safety here for Dennis. Unless he's thinking of breaking up that cluster. If he opts to shoot at this, he'll be playing a lot of right-hand spin. But if safety will probably be behind the brown 7. And that's the best play. From here, he can actually shoot that 2 in and have a decent shot at the 3. One rail out for Yang. It is makeable. Just a question of finding the right angle.
And obviously the position for the 3 afterwards, if in case he does pocket that 2.
Well, definitely, if he pockets the 2, he'll be breaking up that 5-10-3. But the hit is more important at this point. He does not want to give ball in hand.
He's got to be worried about the clock, though.
He has one extension, or both players have one extension per rack. We are using a 45 or 40-second shot clock. He gets the shot. Look at that shot there. Breaks up the cluster. Gets the 2. But the question is the 4. He can opt to follow this, and the 4 is makeable in either right side, upper right corner, or lower right corner.
Watch it again. That was right on the money.
Well, you can also play safe behind the 10. Just be careful not to double tap this cue ball.
Doesn't look like he's playing safe here, though, B-boy.
Yeah, he's going to fire at this. He just has to be careful with that hit on the 3. That's a good shot, I believe, and has perfect shape for that 4.
That's right down the middle.
The only thing is that shot on the 4 favorable for him to run just one rail towards that 5, or does he have to go for 2? Playing left-hand spin, he'll go 2 rails. He wants that to kick more, and that's just perfect, except that added more juice, and now he's straight in. Wow.
And just when B-boy was talking about the fact that it might have been smooth sailing here for Yang Chin-Shun, suddenly hits a road bump.
Loaded up with the right-hand spin and recovered from that straight on shot on the 5, and now, so they've just been technically going 1 up, and that's it.
Except for that 4 rack advantage that Dennis had earlier on at about 10-6. After that, from 10 all, it's been just 1 rack, 2 racks separating them at most.
The incoming player who was breaking has been making mistakes. So earlier, Dennis scratched, then Yang scratched. Can't get a good run.
And now finally we're going to see Dennis being down by 2. I don't think he's faced that deficit in quite a while. And I guess Yang Chin-Shun dodges a bullet there.
Mm-hmm. Well, he played a terrific kick shot.
And there's nothing really Dennis could have done. That was the correct play. You and I both agreed that, yes, he should play safe, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what he did. But we see Yang Chin-Shun coming up with a great shot there off that safety. And look at this. He is now up to 15-13 in this race to 50 encounter. That 2-rack lead must seem like a luxury right now, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. Check that out. Gets the 2, breaks up that cluster, gets a shot on the 3, then 6 balls later, knocks down the 10. Like this opening shot though, but he is happy to get a ball.
Well, he does stay on the table, but he's going to be challenged here by this cut shot on the 1.
And mind you, he's going to remember where he broke that, plus the speed and the power that he shot this.
But first things first, B-Boy, he's got to be able to go through this rack before he comes up to break once again. And as you said, this is going to be a real test.
Gets it, but still, the 4 ball is going to pose as a problem in this rack.
Well, he passes that one with flying colors. The 2 is elementary, so is the 3. And as you said, already right now, he's got his eye trained on that 4. You can see his eyes looking at that 4 right now.
Oh, good angle. So 3 ball goes in that top left or the top right. Just has to leave himself a good shape for that 4.
He's got a lot of space in between.
Yeah, not a problem.
But that's exactly what he's looking at right now. He may be asking for his extension here.
Yeah, because the coming from the 3, then how to get to the 4. So technically 2, and has to play good shape for the 3 to give him a good angle for the 4. Might play the 3 in the side. That's smart if that has to move more. If not, he's not going to like it. See Dennis shaking his head. Would have preferred to be about 6 inches above for him to just roll on for that 4. But now, you might see him probably break this 4 or 6 up.
Well, he can't from this angle. But I think this is right now going to plan B.
He's pointing towards below the 4 ball. Did opt to break it. Nice break shot there by Dennis Orcollo. Just roll this 4 in the side.
Well, the hard work has been done here, B-Boy.
Yep, that was the plan B, and the plan B was hard, but still looked easy for Dennis.
Well, that's why he's ranked number 1 in the world, I guess, huh?
Well, actually, he was last year, but I believe the ranked number 1 now is Darren Appleton from England. Just passed Suke last week by winning, I have to recall the tournament though, but it is Darren Appleton who's ranked number 1 now. But for about 2 years, I believe Dennis Orcollo was ranked number 1.
He was the man.
Oh, yeah. Well, technically, he is like Francisco Bustamante, one of the best players to have ever played the game, but has never won a world championship.
Well, I think with somebody like Django and I think Dennis Orcollo, people are saying it's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it should, but, of course, age comes into play, and new players come out every month or every year. In Chinese Taipei, it's like they're breeding those players. Every year you see a 14-year-old, 13-year-old compete in international tournaments.
It's like they've got a factory over there, huh? And Dennis Orcollo knocks down that 10, and he gets 2 racks in a row and comes much closer to Yang Chin-Shun, but it's still Yang with the lead, 16-15. This is a race to 50.
This time, 8 ball doesn't move, and it's going to be a dry break plus a lot of traffic on that left side. An ugly break here and an ugly looking rack for both players. The only ball that doesn't find a rail is that 10 ball. You see all the clusters in the left and the right side.
Well, the 1 should be no problem right now, though. He's taking a look at, well, a lot of the roadblocks that he's going to be faced with.
Wow, terrific shot there by Yang. Knocks out the 7 ball.
He removes one problem. He gets that 7 out of the way. But still, not the easiest of racks here.
He does have a shot until the 5 ball. It's the 6, the 8, and the 9 that he's looking at.
It looks like it's a weird configuration as well, so let's see what they come up with here.
Flirting with the side pocket. He's fine. Only place he has to shoot that 5 in is the lower left unless he can squeeze into the side. For you who just joined us, yes, this is 10 ball, but not the WPA rules. It plays the 9 ball rules. You can shoot any ball in any pocket without calling a shot. Flukes are allowed. The 10 ball is makeable on the break as long as it gets kicked in or it gets hit off a bank. If it goes straight in, it will be respotted. And we will be playing a race to 50 for 2 days, maximum race to 25 this first session.
Well, so far, B-Boy, we've been treated to real top-class action.
I agree. Both players not making too many errors. Unless you count not making a ball on the break. And well, of course, if you scratch off the break, that's technically an error. Wants to kill this. Oh, opted to play at pace. Broke it up. Did not come back. That's so tough to compute. You're playing with a lot of draw. You're playing at an angle. You want to break it up, but he was forcing that cue ball to move back and take that fork in that top corner. Wow.
Just too many variables, huh?
He has a shot now for the side pocket as for the bank, but that was beautiful what he did there. It's not something you would do if you were playing a race to 17 and that was the last shot. But since we're playing a race to 25 and a race to 50 for the entire duration, could take that shot on. That goes.
Well, so he's going to have to really manage that 6-8 combination, I think, from this angle.
Yeah, but the shot on the 5 first is not easy.
Also, that's right.
And he wants a certain angle to come out of this to attack that 6-8, which means he wants to be below or near hugging up that long rail. So unless he's looking to break this, now he's just pointing towards that angle on the right side. If he opts to break it, he'll be playing this with draw and with right hand spin. Has to hurry though.
Has he used his extension here?
Cue ball is moving back. Wow, went in between and will have a decent shot on the 6. Tough one though, but he played that pretty well.
He played that very well, exactly. He's just glad that he was able to really move that 9 out of position.
Yeah, but that last shot he played was dangerous. About 2 more rolled the ball and he would be hooked himself behind that 8.
That's correct. But you see, with the 9 out of the equation right now, at least he's got a decent shot at that 6.
Yeah,
a while ago that 9 was there as part of that cluster over there.
Yeah. Or he can play safe behind the 9 ball also. No, went offensive, missed it almost. 6 ball hanging, goes down.
And once again, they're playing with fire because you could hear it in the background again. He was very, very close to the time limit.
We'll be shooting the 9, same pocket as that 8 ball. Tough rack. Yang had to sew up here.
And that's where you just see the quality really of the players. A while ago, a very tough rack there for Dennis Orcollo. Here, a very tough one for Yang Chin-Shun, but both of them passed those tests with flying colors. And once again, Yang Chin-Shun establishes a 2-rack advantage.
You'll be seeing a lot of great shots from these 2 players.
And you'll see them take chances. That's what I like to see. I like to see players taking chances and at the same time, of course, coming out on top.
Yeah, you won't see too much safety games here unless it's a close game tomorrow nearing the end. But now they'll just be free shooting.
Well, the question I was going to raise right before this break was, would Yang Chin-Shun get a ball down on the break? And the answer is a resounding yes. He stays on the table. He's got a good shot on the one.
Then gets the blue two and has good shape on the one. Perfect lie for the three. Great looking rack here for Yang. You see him stretching his arms. They've been playing 32 racks already. Maximum of 49 for today. Small window for him to get to the 4, but it is makeable lower right corner. Wants that to move up and might just have gotten there. They'll be probably queuing over the 8 ball. Possibly has to bump the 7.
Now he asks for the extension, and he always asks for the extension early part of the rack, and sometimes, it comes back to haunt him.
That's true. And in the event that something bad happens here, he'll have rush his next shots. And hope that was a good draw shot there. Now he has no more extensions in this rack. If you think that both these players are not taking their shots lightly, or they're taking the shots lightly, they are using up most of their seconds each time they're on the table. That means they're really thinking, and they really want to, finish off the rack as best as they can. Now, wrong angle for the 6. If he wants to roll this up, he can, playing the 7 at a bigger angle than he wants, or he can play with left side English to throw that cue ball lower, and which he does. Perfect angle. Possible 3-rack lead again for Yang Chin-Shun.
Do you get the feeling like he's settled down here in this match? It seems like he was a little shaky to start out, but then you know what? After the middle part of the rack, after he got back from that 10-6 deficit, suddenly it seems like, he's a lot calmer. He feels a lot more confident in what he's doing.
Yeah, probably warmed up already. Some players usually in the race to 8, when they play, when you hit when you finish the match, that's the time you're warmed up.
Right.
So after playing like 12 racks already, you tend to loosen up, and it looks like he is.
And as you said, he opens up another 3-rack cushion. He's now up 18-15. This is a race to 50. But here today in session number 1, we're going until 25. Yang Chin-Shun to break here once again. This is rack 34. Look at this, another scratch. He has had so many of those already. I believe he's at 4 during the time we started. I'm not even counting the first part of session number 1.
That cue ball getting kicked in. The scratch prior to this one, he drew it back towards that left corner. A lot of clusters here. Just to check if that 3 ball passes that side pocket. Looks like it goes, so all you have to do is roll up like that, and seems that the 3 might just squeeze in for the right corner.
It looks like he does have an angle. He's got an alley, yes. Well, the question right now is how cold is that arm of Dennis Orcollo? Well, he's trying to get it warmed up as quickly as possible here.
Be drawing this ball. Well, looks warm enough.
Well, this guy is a veteran. He doesn't get phased too much. That's why, that's one of the reasons why I guess they call him RoboCop. He's like a machine.
Oh, yeah. Very deliberate player. Good mechanics. Great shot maker. So great mental aspect. All he needs is the world title.
Right now, all he needs is to sink this 10. And he's within 2 once again, and he does that exactly. And our official tally is 18-16. Still, Yang Chin-Shun with a comfortable 2-rack cushion. But again, somebody of the caliber of Dennis Orcollo, that is not a safe lead. Shout out some of the lovely ladies we have here inside our venue.
It's will be a 2-day event, so come on over if you're in the area.
And I think that's a perfect invitation.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the great pool.
Great pool, great ambiance.
Looks dry. Is the 5 going to make it? Will the 5 make it? No, it's going to stop right on its tracks and quickly off his seat, as you can see, just racing off. Watch it again.
Again, try break, which will be the story of this entire tournament, or this entire match between Yang and Dennis. Actually, can't call it a tournament because there are only 2 people participating in this this match. It's 2-day race to 50. 2 ball is available in the side pocket. That's what he's eyeing up. Again, Yang using full use of that shot clock and had to rush his shot there. Might just have gotten away with it. Probably come off one rail for that 3 top left. Has to be perfect here. He's asking for the extension now. A lot of balls might coming into his way. Very dangerous. Now he's checking to go 2 rails. Long rails, top rail, then pop out back. A lot of options here. Might be just playing the cut.
Talk about really using your extension to the fullest, huh?
Yeah. Tough shot here, unless he wants to play the bank on the 5. No, he's going to shoot this top left. World Women's 9 ball, or World Women's 10 ball rather, they were using a 35-second shot clock. Imagine the women, then it's pretty quick.
Very quick. In fact, a lot of the top players don't even like the 45-second shot clock. They feel that it's not enough. Yang Chin-Shun, one of those players who's against it.
Unless you're the likes of Tony Drago or Luke Salvas, who plays at his lightning speed.
Well, you can turn on that shot clock, and the referee handling that shot clock can go take a break.
Oh yeah, because I think the fastest time I clocked Tony Drago was about 53 seconds for the entire 9-ball rack.
For the whole rack.
Yeah, imagine that.
Not in between shots.
No, because he did say that he's the type of person who can compute and calculate quickly.
Right.
So once he sees a table, it's boom, 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 boom. Unless he gets off position, then he takes a little bit more time. But he thinks quickly, and if you think fast, the tendency is just to maintain your gameplay, and you don't lose any. How do you say it? You don't overthink yourself. Yeah.
Right. And you stay within that rhythm that you try to develop. But you know what? I guess different people have different approaches, because this is, I think, how Yang Chin-Shun gets into his rhythm. His rhythm is a little bit slower, a little bit more deliberate.
And I do feel that being deliberate is actually better in pool, because it being a precise game. So, yeah, this is better now. This he's not slow. He's not deliberately slow. That's different. He plays deliberately because he's computing, he's analyzing, and he wants everything to be spot on.
Well, so far here in his rack, he has been spot on. 3 more balls to manage, and once again, he will establish another 3 rack cushion.
Oh, slightly overrunning shot on the 9 for the side. No worries though. Be coming off a rail or 2. Take that 10 either right or left lower.
There you have it. Once again, Yang Chin-Shun up by 3 racks here in this race to 50 battle. He's up 19-16. It's Yang Chin-Shun a break.
Did manage to get a ball in the earlier rack. Pounds this, gets the one in the side.
Actually gets 2 balls now. And a great look at that too. And so maybe the balls starting to favor, at least the break starting to favor Yang Chin-Shun a little bit, because you know what? They've actually gone against him practically this entire match.
Rack pretty open. No problems here. No balls tied up. Opts to shoot the 4 in the side pocket and possibly the 5 opposite side. During the break, we were talking to some of the spectators outside, actually in the arena, and they were just telling me that, Yang has, the shots that Yang has been playing, they were saying it's unbelievable, and then rarely do they see those types of shots.
And even the knowledge that actually he brings to the match. A while ago, there were a couple of situations that, you and I were figuring, what does he do? What do you have to do in a situation like that? And he should have just come up with the right answers.
Yeah, but those were the type of shots that normally you'd play while you were practicing. So, of course, when you're playing a big tournament, and it's close, you won't see that. Right now, it's just like both of them are free shooting, which is nice because you see a lot of magnificent shots.
Just when it seemed like Yang Chin-Shun was speeding up a little bit, he's put on the brakes once again, and he's right back to his deliberate style.
Yeah, slight hiccup here. Bigger angle than he wanted for that 8 ball. He'll be playing this off the rail. Shoot that 8 in the side pocket. Wants to play this at pace. He has the option of playing it 1 rail to the right or 2 rails towards that right. So long rail first and short rail, or if he uses draw, 1 rail and pop out back for that 9. Ooh, went the other way. Wow. Caught me off guard there.
And maybe also caught Dennis Orcollo off guard there. Right now, Dennis is just aching to get back onto the table. But Yang Chin-Shun says, nope, I'm going to park you right there.
Yeah, and he has been breaking good for the past couple of racks.
And look at this. He opens up a 4-rack lead. After being down 10-6, he's now up 20-16. So the shoe is now on the other foot. This is that shot that you were talking about. Deciding to go the longer route is just as successful. And now if you look at Dennis Orcollo, he's there chomping on a piece of chocolate, I believe, which earlier we saw Yang Chin-Shun doing.
I'd be seeing a lot of those. See some coffee, probably a lot of sodas.
There you can see him munching on that piece of chocolate, which actually was handed to him by Ronnie Alcano. Maybe with some volcanic ash from the volcano. Yang Chin-Shun with a break.
Ooh, a lot of balls again heading towards the side, but nada. Dry.
And here comes Dennis Orcollo after getting a shot of sugar.
Yeah, let's see if this chocolate that Dennis is eating fires him up.
Well, if it's got that volcanic ash, then, it definitely will. With some assistance from the volcano.
Oh, boy. Came up way short.
I guess he didn't like the chocolate.
Yeah. Trying to finish it up. It's not yet actually out of his mouth. Must have caused him to slightly underrun position on
He's
the 2.
actually still chomping in it right now.
I like this angle though, because he can play safe. But he's checking out that 10 ball also. I don't know. He may just have enough just to nip the 2 and get at the 10. But safety won't be a problem here.
Do you think he'll go for the billiard?
It's close because he can use the 10 as a stopper. Play this with a little bit of draw and a little bit of left hand spin. But definitely safety is what he's looking at. There's the 10. And that is, well, this is close.
That looked like a two-way shot.
Yep, definitely it was. No clear shot. He can see the edge of that blue 2. So expect Yang here to play a safety. Possibly try to hit that 2 the fullest that he can. Hide that cue ball towards the area where the 8 is. Or if he wants to go offensive, he can play a cross bank into this left lower corner. Tracking towards the 8. Would have preferred to be behind it. Dennis will have a shot on the 2 in the side. Unless it's too tight.
Well, Dennis using the right strategy there. Playing safe, and now the table is opening up just a little bit, I think, for him. Well, he'll need to be able to get a couple of racks in before session number 1 is over here.
That's true, and this is the biggest lead of Yang in this match. misses that too, but he was, I believe, playing it safe just in case.
Well, this is going to be a tough cut for Yang Chin-Shun, but one I think he might be able to make.
The way Dennis played that, he was purely going offensive, but of course pros would love to hit. If they missed, they would have missed it thin, or what we call the pro side. Now Yang here, if he wants to play safety, he can just nudge that 2 ball towards the 10 and bring that cue ball around. Wow, that break on that 5-4 helped him out, and look, he's going to be wedged up behind that 8 ball.
Wow, that's absolutely perfect there from Yang Chin-Shun with a little bit of help from the ball, as you said.
Seems that Dennis he's swerving around this black 8. Maybe it's not. Oh, there we go.
No, it wasn't, because, you know, from the angle you were talking about, I agreed with you perfectly. That was behind the 8 ball.
Ball in hand here for Dennis Orcollo, and that chocolate not helping him out a bit.
I think he was concentrating on chomping down on that chocolate. He wasn't really looking at the angle there of the shot.
He's still chewing on it.
That's a poor miss.
Yeah, that is.
And now with ball in hand here for Yang Chin-Shun, I think he's going to be able to open up another lead here and maybe come up with the biggest lead so far at 21-16.
Problem here is the 4 ball. Yang's looking at it. It does seem to pass towards that right side pocket. Wow, threading the needle there, passing in between the 3-6 to take the 3 in the side. Now this will all depend on how he plays it. He has good angle to float down for the 4 opposite side pocket. He's playing draw, so there is space for that lower left.
I didn't think there was.
Based on our angle. Yeah, it didn't look like it, but yeah.
He's got a lot of space, yes.
It's confirmation.
That's why it's really very difficult to tell from where we're sitting.
6 will be taken in the side. Stop shot. Or he may opt to follow it a bit.
And look at this again, B-Boy. It's going to be another breeze here from here on in. And 21-16, I think, is a given.
Yeah, that error by Dennis on the 8 ball.
That was huge.
That was huge. Of course, before we end this first session, Dennis would want to see this close, not Yang having a big lead. And almost straight in, he will be drawing this back towards that black 8 and stretching. Well, let's see. He pointed at the center. Let's see how accurate Yang is. Oh, that was like, what, a foot or 2 from his mark.
That's way off.
Yeah, but nevertheless.
And look at this. You know, Dennis Orcollo is now wondering, you know, what has really happened, because he did take control of this match early on. We keep talking about the fact that I do remember he was up 10-6.
Well, one, it's the break game has been working for Yang. And number 2, each time Dennis steps up and gets a drive break and leaves him a tough table, Yang gets out. So that's the big difference. So a possible 5-rack advantage for Yang after this striped blue and white.
Well, that possibility is going to be a reality here. Yang Chin-Shun up 21-16. He's up by 5 racks. This is a race to 50 2-day event. Today in session number 1, we're going up until 25. And so far, so good for the visitor, Yang Chin-Shun. He's taking advantage, and he now has a comfortable lead. Shout out to many people who have actually made their way here inside Club Capo.
Mm-hmm. So on the right earlier was Yang's coach, Stephen. We see Yang chewing on his chocolate. I believe that's the same chocolate he was still eating at the start of this match. So
they actually bring a bar.
I believe so.
And then they'll consume that bar within the 40-plus racks we're supposed to play in day number 1.
One ball going in again. We'll have a nice shot on the 2. Bit tough though.
Well, now he's in the 50-yard line right there. Does he go to the side? Does he go to the corner? But then obviously he's got a direct look at that too, and so he's got to be happy. Well, first and foremost, he's got to be glad that suddenly the balls are now starting to fall down in the break.
Yeah, something that Dennis would want to capitalize on. So the right side has been proving better.
And I'm wondering what's going through the mind of Dennis Orcollo right now. You know, in all the interviews he said he was looking forward to this face-off match once again. It's been quite a while. But he said, you know what, I'm a much better player than I used to be before, and I'm looking forward to this match. Suddenly, it looked very good early on, but now he's down by 5.
Yeah, but of course, only thing he'll be saying right now is that it's a long race. It's a race to 5. There's another session tomorrow. This session's not yet over. But, you know, the big but there, Anthony's, when do I get back on the table if Yang shooting like this off the break and getting a shot off? See, the tough cut on the 2 was no joke. That was difficult. Now he's faced with another tough shot on the 3. And
now shot take his extension.
Yeah, shot per shot in this match. Yang has been shooting wonderfully. Let's see, another tough cut here, and he might just run into that 6 to play shape for the 4 also. Oh boy. Wrong.
That's the break, I think, that Dennis Orcollo has been waiting for.
Wrong ball that goes in, intending for that red 3. But I believe he was trying to hit that 6 also coming out.
And now here's this golden opportunity for Dennis Orcollo to make some headway. He needs to be able to make sure he cleans up here.
Somewhat clustered there, 6-5-4, but all have pockets available, so not a difficult table here for Orcollo. Stun shot, pop out on the rail, possibly take that 6 in the side. A 5 rather. And 6, well, has the luxury of 4 pockets if he wants to play it down table. And after this rack is done, let's see if Dennis swings over to the right side to try his luck on the break.
That's a good question. Maybe try to mix things up because, you know, things have not been going for him. At least the past couple of breaks on that left side. It was working for him early. Suddenly deserted him. But, you know, once again, bringing back that point you mentioned about the pressure points that our referee puts when he sets up the balls for the break. He's been going at it for quite a while. This is rack 38.
Yeah, these long races also, we haven't seen any ball cleaned yet except for the cue ball. So, you know, you got powder, you got chalk on the table. So all those conditions in a long race tend to play things differently.
Eyeing the 10. And the 10 drops, and Dennis Orcollo, he's looking at that cue ball. It's going to stop. He has more than enough space. But now he draws to within 4, but still it's Yang Chin-Shun with a 4-rack advantage at 21-17. It's now Dennis Orcollo to break here. This is rack 39. He trails by 4.
And there he goes to the right side of the table. That's where Yang has been getting his luck. Off the break. Gets the 6 ball. Finally finds a ball. And has a good looking shot on the yellow one.
And now a great chance for him to put a couple of racks together.
Well, needed about 10 minutes to have that chocolate kick in. Well, let's see, Yang ate the
It's got to
chocolate.
be absorbed by your system, I guess, right? I mean, it's not absorbed until you chew it, you swallow it, and then it's got to be digested first before it gets you loosened up, gives you that sugar rush.
Well, he's not chewing anymore. Yang's doing the chewing.
Well, Yang looking for a second win here, I guess. He's up comfortably, 21-17.
Dennis checking that angle. Will be playing center. Will be taking the 3, same as the 2. 4 ball, good position. 5 ball passes either. It just passes in that top left. So four ball will be played opposite corner pocket of the 3. Popping out 2 rails in between the 4-7. Ooh, did not like the bump, but still has a lot of pockets available.
Well, I guess if you're going to make a mistake, it's okay to make a mistake like that, huh?
Yeah, he's got a fairly open table, so most of the pockets are available. Got lucky that he's going to get a good angle to drift down for that 5. He might just be playing the 5 same pocket because I don't know if it passes the 9 ball. Oh, played to the side. That surprised me. And the 5 ball will not pass the 9, but I don't know about this one.
Does he have enough angle?
I believe so. It's tight. Avoiding the 8 ball, and that lines up great for that 7. Tough shot also coming up. Has the option of rolling this, take that 8 low left, or drawing it back, take that 8 side pocket. Tough out here for Dennis Orcollo. Simple up and down for the 9. 10 will be taken left corner. Whoa.
Once again, flirting with that side.
Got the point, and I didn't have to actually go that far, but be slicing, not a problem.
Well, Dennis Orcollo dodged the bullet there, and he finally puts 2 racks together, and he draws to within 3 of Yang Chin-Shun, and he's coming up to break once again. There you saw him briefly taking another bite of that chocolate. There's the easy cut on that 10 ball to bring him to within 3. So obviously he's going to go back to the right side of that table.
Yeah, that proved to be the best.
Right side of the table from where we're looking at. That's the left side of the table as far as he's concerned.
Yes.
There's a shot at the poster that we have. Yang Chin-Shun up against Dennis Orcollo. Face off.
One ball rattling.
Well, the 1 ball thought about it. So did the 6.
Dry break.
It's a dry break, and I think it's a jumping opportunity once again for Yang Chin-Shun here.
Yeah, he has a slice, so possibly he might jump. He's taking a look at the break. 1 rattling out. 6 almost dropping in, but dry again. So he may just jump half ball over the 9. Try to play 2 rails to pop out for the 2, which is near that 10 ball, lower left of your screens. Terrific shot there, plus great shape.
Well, there was no doubt in my mind he was going to make that. That's really one of his expertise. He can shoot that with his eyes closed.
Oh, yeah. All he has to do is just line up, then aim high, then just shoot. Cut shot for the 2. Natural angle takes him in between the 3 and that orange 5 ball. Might come out 2 rails or 1 rail. Player's preference depends on the angle that it gives him. He would want to be center, but veering towards that left side of the screen. That has to stop. That has to stop. Got lucky.
You know, even in the previous shot, I felt that, his speed was off.
Well, earlier, the cloth wasn't that slick. But now, since it's raining outside, chilling actually inside, the table has quickened up. Of course, all those factors, even the rails, play differently. Six ball is available in any pocket, but might be playing this in the side. Simple 7. All he has to do is draw back a bit, give himself a good angle. Opted to follow. That's fine. Be playing 1 rail. Bit of left-hand spin. So Yang, after that dry break by Dennis, after these 3 balls, two balls remaining. We are in rack 39, coming up rack 40. Simplest of 10s.
And once again, he's going to open up another lead of 4 racks. It was at A high of 5, brought down to 3, and right back now it's at 4. 22-18. Remember, this is a race to 50. But here in session number 1, day number 1, we go up until 25. But the entire event is a race to 50. So a 4-rack deficit really isn't all that bad,
Well,
all things considered.
yes, that's not that bad yet. But when you're like at 48 already,
that's a different
that's a
story,
big difference
yeah.
already. That's why now they'll just play loose. Tomorrow they're gonna play it really, really tight. So that expect. Well, checking just a look at Ish Caparas and Verna Mariano. Your screen's right there.
They're taking care of the proceedings here and doing very well at it. And let's take a look at this break. Is it going to be a dry one once again
Yes,
for Yang Chin-Shun?
looks like a dry break. So now it's not working from that side. Expect Yang to change up. The 1 not a problem. The 2 is the next ball on. Depends on where he gets it, and looks like the 2 is available side pocket.
But he did make some contact with that 8, trying to get out of there. He's got a clear shot, no problem here.
He has to control the cue ball, though. He has a large angle, which means the cue ball is going to drift down. He wants, if he opts to play that off the short rail, that has to pop up perfectly for that 3. Unless he can hold this, and which he can, and that is just terrific for Dennis Orcollo. Great cue ball control. Open table might be seeing a 19-22 scoreline. Opting to play the 4 on the side.
Well, so far so good here for Dennis Orcollo. At least here in rack number 41.
Yeah, I expect him to finish up this rack. The thing is about playing pool and playing these long races. You don't want to be eating just before your match. Tendencies you'll be sleepy. Actually, in any sport, I believe. Some like to eat about 4 hours before. So by this time, they're pretty hungry already.
Hence the chocolate.
Hence the chocolate. But that still doesn't fill you up.
Oh, they're going to have a hearty meal after this. That's for sure. Both these players will. But whoever's got the lead is going to have a better sleep tonight.
And earlier, before the match started, we were talking to Stephen, the coach of Yang, and he was saying that one of Yang's passions, or what he does usually when he wins a tournament, he loves to buy nice clothes, nice shoes, and he loves to eat. Which was my next question: why is he so thin?
That's true. For somebody who likes to eat, a lot of times you should have a much bigger frame than what Yang has. Unless maybe he just gorges in one meal and then that's it.
Yeah, but now look at this. One more roll on the ball and he would have been perfect for that 10, but now He's going to just play a safety here. After all that work, that has to move, and he's not going to get there. Very timid safety by Dennis Orcollo.
Yes, he would have wanted that to be at least on the rail on the other side, but look at this.
Yang can just roll this in.
Well, not the easiest of shots because he's also on the rail, so he's going to be jacking up a little bit, but still, for somebody of Yang's caliber, I agree with you. He should just be able to roll this in.
Yeah, you can just play it thick on the right side, pocket speed, so even if it's the rail, it goes in.
And that's exactly what happened. It did hit the rail, and Yang Chin-Shun takes advantage of another huge error from Dennis Orcollo. And he takes a lead once again of 5 racks in this race to 50 battle. And looking to get on the hill as far as session 1 is concerned. I'm not even quite sure if you can actually call it getting on the hill, but another mistake here. We'd like to see that again. I'd like to be able to find out if it was actually unforced.
Looks like it was kicked in.
Or if it was kicked in, exactly.
By the one. That seemed like it. Nope, just went in by itself.
Well, that's an unforced error there from Yang Chin-Shun. Not able to control the brake. Not being able to control the cue ball, goes right into the side and breathing life into day 1 campaign. The day 1 campaign of Dennis Orcollo.
Caught that about almost half ball from towards the left side of that triangle. He has been scratching more in the side pocket. So let's see if Orcollo can capitalize on this.
Well, the question is, can he steady his nerves?
Well, the thing is, if it's either he's nervous or he's just not focusing, that safety earlier was very timid. I'd understand if this was a close battle and if we're nearing the end, but he may just be tired or just a bit not on. He's not 100% mentally focused.
Could he also be over anxious? Maybe trying to make up for that deficit as quickly as he possibly can.
Maybe also, but he looks relaxed on the table. Wants to avoid that 7. Cleanly does. Well, let's see. Last rack cleaned up nicely, but left himself just above that 10. Had to play a safety. Missed horribly. Yang finished it out. Let's see if he's on his game more in this rack. Perfect lie for that 7. Would have preferred to be lower, above it a bit. Might have to play 2 or 3 rails. That's the option of the 9 in the side or the longer shot. But definitely this time around, he will not be flirting with that 10 ball. All he has to do is shoot the 9 in.
Well, he's able to recover here. Gets another one back. 23-19 is our official tally. This is a race to 50, but here in session number 1, day number 1, we go until 25. Now the question is, can Dennis Orcollo finally string 2 racks together? Welcome back to Face Off. Dennis Orcollo now down by quite a bit. But of course, he's not worried. This is a race to 50. Right now, the score is 23-19. Yang Chin-Shun with a 4-rack advantage. Uh-oh, it's going to be a dry break once again here for Dennis.
Ooh, got lucky. The one ball, actually, Yang's going to get lucky here. The one ball was supposed to go near that 9, but it got caught on the spot. If you see the black sticker where they racked the balls up, actually rolled back towards the left a bit, giving him an open shot. Look at this. Gonna bump the 9, then suddenly, there.
Gave him a little bit more breathing room, huh?
Half ball hit on the 1. Traffic, though, and a lot of stuff to maneuver between the 9, between the 7, between the 3. If he chooses to go fancy, he can play the 1 into the 10, shoot that 1 in the side pocket, out of the corner rather, and draw it back for the 2, but that's not going to happen. Safety also is the option. Got in between. Wow, great driving here by Yang. Wants that to stop, and no. Be shooting away from that blue 2, so cue ball will be traveling.
Well, Dennis quickly gets off his seat, taking a look at the situation. Right now that is facing Yang Chin-Shun.
Well, the angle is not that big from where we're looking at on the screen. Can you actually roll it forward, and just cue ball might just stop before that 5. Oh, opted to pass it. Got lucky. That was a very small window in between the 6-5. Be shooting the red 3, then the pink 4, which is beside that 7 ball, seems to pass for that right corner.
Yeah, I think the 4 does pass the 7.
This rack for Yang to go on the hill for this first session.
I was going to say, can we actually call it on the hill? Well, I mean, technically speaking, we are going to 25 today.
First to 25, then we resume tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow for all the marbles, of course.
For the second half, but expect them to play differently then. But Yang pulling away. 4-rack lead, possibly 5, which is the only biggest lead we've had so far in this entire match.
Well, you know, the rain outside has not let up. And I guess the action inside hasn't let up as well.